787 departure frequency time will be 1257.
25-7, thanks.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Sci-Fi and Friends, episode number 55. And let's see, what's going on in the world today? The quarantine is like a third over. You know, some states have it over. Kansas is out of lockdown, but like nothing's really open. Maybe some restaurants and stuff. Gyms are not open. Joplin's like open, right? Yeah, it's back to pretty much normal, which is a little bit freaky, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, you know? Yeah, so, yeah, what else has been going on? Not much. Hope you guys are doing good. It's getting warmer out. The NFL draft happened. That was kind of cool. It was the most watched draft ever, which was pretty cool. Besides that, we're just all living this quarantine paradise, so I guess we'll just get to it. Drink your rendezvous coffee. Alrighty, my guest today is an MMA boxing fighter, right? MMA box.
Sometimes.
Yeah, fighter.
Sometimes I'm a punching bag.
Yeah. He is a fighter with amateur fights, working into the professional realm as we speak. He is a hunter, fisherman, outdoorsman for Midwest Maniac Outdoors. Please welcome Theran Crouch.
Howdy, howdy.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Oh, I'm excited. I've been excited all week.
Yeah. When Ryan came on, he was talking about you, and he's like, dude, you got to get Theran on. You know, he's got this great story. And then I was like, okay. And then he's like, he's a hunter. I was like, okay. And it just kept getting better and better.
It makes it easier when you say someone else is a hunter, and it's
right.
It's just like connects people that don't have to know each other.
Right. I think that's similar with the martial arts world too.
Huge.
You know, we get like I don't know how many guests I've had on lately that are jiu-jitsu guys, and then the jiu-jitsu guys know the MMA guys, and the MMA guys know the boxing guys. Like you guys just did a get-together like Sunday, didn't you? What was that called? I forget what it's called.
We just did a small sparring session.
Yeah.
Just cross-trained a little bit.
Cross-trained.
Yeah, we cross-trained a little bit. Just had a few guys from a few different gyms. That gets tough. People get butt hurt. I'm sure. I think Ryan did speak on it. But man, that's what I will say. I do like better about the jiu-jitsu world versus the straight up fighting world.
It's more hippies.
Yeah, well, everybody. It's like, you know, jiu-jitsu. Oh, you got my back. You choked me out.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. You know, let's slap and bump. Let's go again.
Sort of.
But yeah, you know, for the most part, I feel like not as many people. You're gonna have those guys that get mad, but in the fighting world, people take it so much more personal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm just here to get punched in the face and punch in the face. So I mean, I don't know, but I love that cross training. Like you said, like I can meet somebody I don't know at all, but if they have a little bit of training, man, we can
There's
talk.
A connection.
We can talk for hours.
I wonder if because I do agree, like the guys that we roll with, rarely. I've only seen maybe 2 out of my 2.5-3 years of rolling get like really upset.
Yeah.
But with fighting on the cross training and stuff, it's like maybe once a session, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because like when you roll, it's more of like a flow. But with striking, it's like it's coming at you, and it's more like, I don't know.
It's elevated. I feel like an elevated aggression.
Right.
You do have those guys that like straight up just don't know anything about percentages. Yeah. You're like, hey, we're going to slow roll, and that guy's like ripping your arm off within the first 3 seconds.
Yeah, that is tough.
I will say, you run into those guys, but also I feel like just the energy of the rolling, like you're there to have a good time, and you know, if you get tapped out, it's whatever, but like you get punched in the, you know, my jaw just got back from this weekend from being like, I couldn't touch the right side of my teeth, so it's like
from the cross training, from
getting punched in the face. But you know, the jiu-jitsu is like, you're gonna get small injuries, but like for the most part you can control that,
right? As
to where the fighting is so elevated, and it's just such another level of, you know, aggression, that it's like you get punched once in the face hard, then you kind of spark mad. Somebody like me, Ryan and I have really tightened our circle in the last year or two. So we have people that enjoy it. You know, you land a good punch on me,
good for you.
I'll start to tell you, good job.
Yeah,
like good. That was nice. I don't take it personal.
Yeah.
It's just like, to me, it's just like throwing a fastball by me in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're here to do, right?
I mean, good metaphor,
right? I mean, that's what you're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna punch you in the face back.
Yeah, right.
You know, but it's one of those things where people just gotta understand, whatever you do to me, I'm gonna do to you.
Right.
So if you want to punch me 80%, you know, I'm down to bang anytime.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna punch you 80%.
Right.
But if you want to go 40, I'll go 40.
Right.
And I think it's getting much better in this area. I love that. Of course, I don't grapple anymore, but the alliance that the jiu-jitsu gyms, I love that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
I think that's such a good idea.
It's really developed within the last probably year.
Yeah.
With the Rise in Pittsburgh, and then you got the Web City one, which is
Mac Club.
A-List
Oh,
or A-Force.
A-Force, yeah.
Mac
I've never
Club.
been to A-Force.
It's really good, yeah.
I've been over to Arise.
Yeah.
Been to Dave's. I love both of those places. Those are they're good people.
Yeah.
I think I've only, between the two, there's one guy that I was like,
I know who he is.
do you know?
No, I don't.
And honestly, I could go back. It was my fault. I was young.
Yeah.
Coming from the MMA world, I went to go grab a hand or a wrist, slip down, and he like cried about joint lock. I think it was because I was a white belt and I don't remember what he was. He was above me, but I think he was just mad because I was kind of stalling him out. But I was young into the fight game. I was just like, I'm surviving, bro.
Yeah.
He just didn't have any patience with me, but everyone else there had such good patience with me. Such good patience.
Everybody's so good. And most of the time, if it's something like that, they're like, hey, you can't do that. It's like, oh, shit, I didn't know. Sorry, you know.
There's several guys that have just taught me, like, hey, don't do that, do this. Or in the middle of choking me out, we'll stop and be like, hey, do this, so I can't do that. And I love that. To me, that's the only way to go about it, you know?
Yeah.
We don't stay in high school with, like, one teacher, right? You know? Like, obviously, when we're younger, we stay in one classroom because we can't handle that. But, you know, in high school, we don't have one teacher that teaches you everything.
Right.
You can learn from everyone. So it's like I love that environment.
Right.
Love it.
And that's kind of the beauty of MMA, mixed martial arts. It's not like you can specialize, and guys will or girls too will specialize. Like he's a boxer, she's a boxer, or a kickboxer, or he's an amazing wrestler, grappler, whatever. But then they also have kind of the arsenal of everything else: punches, kicks, and rolls, and everything else. So
that was actually probably what kind of got me from going into the boxing world to MMA first.
You started with boxing.
Well, okay, so backstory. I guess we'll just backtrack how I got into it. My grandpa, my pawpaw, he was a professional boxer.
Okay.
Donnie the Sandman Montgomery, he fought back when like Memorial Hall was like hopping, nationally known. 300 people outside.
Wow.
Because of capacity, like, Golden Gloves champ. Kansas, the big Kansas like Gladiator Sparta tournament they had that was huge. Won it.
So what year would that be?
Like the 60s.
Okay. Wow.
Excuse me.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, fighting to me didn't really get big again. Excuse me. Sorry. Honestly, for me in this area, TeeJay Britton is my pioneer.
Yeah.
I sat down with TeeJay one day after a practice. Me and him. He was just literally texting me. He was like, "Hey man, if you want to get work, just me and you, we can do it."
Right.
Took time in his schedule, and then after we honestly sat down and talked more than we practiced. And I was like, "Dude, I remember being in 6th grade." And watching over, I think it was like Civic Center or whatever. And I remember watching you just destroy. I gave him all the details. Just destroy this cat from West Plains. And I told him every bit about the fight. And I was like getting goosebumps thinking about it. And I was like, dude, like you're the one who made me feel comfortable to do this, And that was cool. Like I can text TeeJay right now and be like, hey, I need to go box.
Right.
And he would be down, and he knows he could text me. And me, him, and Ryan, and all of us together.
Solid crew.
Yeah.
Solid
but
crew.
To me,
you guys have all been on my podcast.
But like fighting was huge. Then it kind of went away in this area, unless I just didn't know. And then like TeeJay, D. Allen Hicks, those guys, they brought it back around here, and now I feel like it's getting like big again.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's doing that thing. So like TeeJay's the one that really kind of let me take that leap, because. Yeah. It wasn't a surprise to my parents. I told them from the time the Ultimate Fighter season 1, Liddell versus Couture, Diego Sanchez was my guy. Like, man, just how you could be for like some normal, somewhat nice guy to be like, yes, crazy going.
That's the archetype that we all want to be,
Yes, and he got me into it. And I remember having this big like teddy bear. And I'm over here doing rear naked chokes, sinking hooks in.
Your parents are like, guillotines. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know any of this.
Oh, really?
So
you're just from
this is what I've watched.
Oh,
I'm extremely visual learner.
Right,
this is just from my watch. I told him from a young age, I'll fight one day.
Huh.
I remember, so this front tooth actually is fake. Shout out to my guy, Big Adam. Knocked that out in 3rd grade.
Oh, in the 3rd grade?
In the 3rd grade, yeah.
It looks very good. I would have never known.
Yeah, right. It looks terrible.
No, seriously, it's good.
But yeah, no, so I forgot where I was going with that.
You're gonna fight one day.
Oh, you fight? Yeah. So I'm got knocked out in 3rd grade. I had to go get my tooth put back like on in like 12th or 12 when I was 12 or 13, and it had fallen out or something, or I had to just get it replaced. And I remember telling my dentist, I was like, "Hey, I need a mouth guard. Like I need you to help me because I'm gonna fight."
Right.
And I remember them. I remember them laughing at me. They're like, "You're not gonna fight. You're too nice." And I was like, "No, like I'm gonna fight one day. I promise." fast forward all these years, I went back about 2 years ago, and I was like, hey, y'all, they've been my dentist since I was 3rd grade. And I was like, hey, y'all remember when I was young, like I told you I was going to fight.
Right.
And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm 3-1. Like, I'm fighting.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're kidding me. And I was like, no, I'm dead serious. Because I was a college baseball player. Went to Crowder to go play.
Okay.
Didn't get to finish my career because I had Tommy John.
Ooh.
I didn't end up coming back from it well. But I told my parents, I was like, I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I get on Facebook, and I'm looking at all these gyms around here. You know how intimidating it is to go into a gym?
Yes.
Because you're like, man, I might have to go in here and get embarrassed. That's my manhood.
Yeah. But it's well worth it. Anyone out there thinking about jiu-jitsu, fighting, whatever it is, just go.
Any place we
take a buddy and go and get your ass kicked in.
Yep, and just keep coming back.
Yep.
Keep coming back.
It was so intimidating for us. Me and my brother went, and it was just like, remember we sat outside the door of a jiu-jitsu gym, Mat Club, and we're like, let's do this,
Yeah, you're like hyping yourself up.
Yeah.
So I end up going into that, and I'm searching all these gyms, and I get a recommendation from one of my friends. His cousin had fought there, and it was Proving Grounds Gym with TeeJay Randall and them, which is where we were this Sunday. And I remember I show up to this like little rink-a-dink garage.
Yeah, that threw me off.
There's like little mats.
Yeah.
There's tiny. Oh, did you see the picture from this weekend and stuff? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I went to one of the get-togethers quite a while ago.
Quite a while.
Pre-COVID.
Was it in a big? Was it like a 30 by 30 shop?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
this is a new place, right?
Oh, dude, that's a new place.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, our original.
I mean, it was
place?
good, but it was still like, this isn't the guy's backyard.
Oh yeah, no, that's a grind. That's like there's nowhere better to work. That's a grind shop there. Yeah. But no, that place is like
paradise.
Paradise compared to where we were.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking. There was 3 or 4 fights going on a mat, not much bigger than the podcast room.
Oh wow.
Yeah, tiny.
Wow.
And I show up, and there's some goofballs rolling around on the ground, and I'm like, hey, like I think I'm interested in trying to fight.
Mm-hmm.
About the time a guy comes up, just this big ugly dude, Kyle Gunther. I'm just kidding, that's my guy. And Kyle was the most welcoming, made me feel right at home, and he's like, dude, let's go. Do you have gloves and stuff now? And I was like, no, actually, I'm about to go. I think I was going to class or work.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll be here next weekend. I'm leaving for the weekend. Next day, I end up breaking my wrist and hand.
Oh.
And so 3 months goes by, and I'm sitting in the college parking lot, Southern. I just finished my class. Class is never a problem for me, but I have a hard time paying that much money for people that don't care.
To read off a PowerPoint.
To learn stuff that I'm not going to use. My mom, I was in elementary education. My mom is a 6th grade teacher. I've been in a classroom my whole life. I know how that works. My mom's a phenomenal teacher. Multiple Teacher of the Year awards, like been doing it forever. I've been around it, and I'm like, I've never seen these teachers use any of this.
Yeah.
You're teaching me, I'm paying you for this. And I just remember sitting there out of class. I'm sitting in my car waiting to go to work. I'm just like, I can't do this. This isn't for me. I text Kyle. I said, hey, can I come in tonight? He was like, shoot, yeah, man. I thought you ran off. Like, very typical people to get scared and leave. And I went in there and I said, hey, here's the deal. I don't want any Mr. Miyagi stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna throw I'm not gonna throw 100 punches at a bag, and you're not gonna sit here and tell me like to do it on the other hand.
Right.
I said, if I can fight, I can fight. And he said, well, we're baptism by the fire here. And he said, let's see if you can fight. He said, you got a mouthpiece? I said, yep. They put me in. There was 3 guys they put me in with. The first guy, absolute turd. He knows who he is. We don't get along anymore.
Oh.
I smacked him around.
Yeah.
Smacked him around. That's probably why he didn't like me.
Right.
First night on the mat, I just demolished this guy.
It happens.
Second guy, quick little turd, a little more crafty, but I held my own. And then the third guy's Kyle.
Yeah.
And he beat the crap out of me. And I was like,
they
okay.
saved him.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And I was like, so what do you guys think? And they're like, you can fight.
Good.
And they're like, for sure.
Yeah.
And him and TeeJay Randall, like they got me into the fighting. They just took me in so well.
Yeah.
My grandpa, my papa, like I said, the Sandman. I got a tattoo on him. I've had it since I was 18. That's my initial love for fighting because we used to sit down and just watch fights, and he would critique it. So like I had an idea.
Right.
But then those guys took me under their wing, and then I was there every night.
Yeah.
Just
like actually built the technique.
Yeah, it is. You know how it is. It's almost addicting.
It's absolutely addicting.
People are like, man, why do you do that? Sometimes I'd be driving. I'd be like, I'm literally purposely driving somewhere.
Yeah.
To get punched in the face.
Yeah, right.
How many,
what am I doing right now?
Yeah, how many people do you meet that if you said, hey, if you keep walking on a sidewalk, you're going to have to fight someone in the next 30 steps? How many people would take?
Not many.
And I'm like, I'm getting in my car.
Yeah.
I'm clearing my schedule to go get in a fight.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's the same with jits.
Same thing.
You get choked out and you're like, thank you. Thank you so much.
In jiu-jitsu, you're like, I'm simulating your death.
Yeah.
I am literally
if this was
simulating.
real, I was dead right there.
Yep, literally.
Yeah, but it makes you feel so good in a way. I don't know how many times I've gone in like, I don't know if I should go tonight. I have all this crap on my mind. I'm real stressed out. One roll, and it's just like you restarted the whole computer. Like it just clear. And now I'm like, okay, I can get that stuff done.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You sweat it out. I mean, it's almost like you sweat the demons out. Like, real weird. But I don't know. I love it. And then.
So how old were you when you started? Like
22.
Okay.
So
21, dropped out college. 22, 21.
Yeah, I finished. I think I only have 3 semesters left of school.
Elementary education.
For elementary education,
Okay.
I'm not someone who likes to jump through hoops. Like I said, I walked in. I said, I'm not going to do Mr. Miyagi. I'm not wax on, wax off over here. If I can fight, I can fight. Mm-hmm. And I had a problem with the last straw for me. For some unknown reason, I was in a group project with 3 valedictorians.
Group projects.
3 valedictorians from their schools.
Uh-huh.
One was from California, one was from Southern Missouri, one from North Missouri. All girls. And they were just brainiacs. Super smart.
Yeah.
And I in high school I had like 3.3 GPA. I just did enough. I didn't care. I was a turd. I just wanted enough to go to play baseball.
Right.
But I'm in this group and I'm like immediately oh man. Like I knew they were valedictorians because we had talked about it. And I'm like, that's
different weight class, bro.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
And I've always been able to write, and I end up getting like a 97 on our group project. On our solo project portion of the project, because it was speaking.
Okay.
And I can talk and I can relate to people. And these girls were so darn smart they couldn't relate to people.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, but on paper, somebody's gonna want them before they want me.
Right.
So that's why I'm not a big jump through hoops kind of person. Like I think that's wrong. That okay, they have nice little credentials, sure, but like they cannot speak to humans.
Yeah.
So that's what
kind of key.
Yeah, that's what it was with the fighting. That's what was so attractive to me with Proving Grounds. Is like they were just like, hey, we're gonna take your style and we're gonna work off of it, And that's why Ryan and I meshed so well.
Yeah.
Because Ryan and I did not start together.
Okay. Well, Ryan's pretty good because he was talking about how his technique. He builds it around you.
Exactly.
So like he fights or trains with you for a little bit, says, okay, this is Theran's way.
Yep.
He needs to work on these things, but he's really good at these. Then he transcends all that and makes this work out for you.
Yep.
Which is amazing. Not like you need to what you're saying jump through hoops. Like here's the criteria. Go punch that bag 100 times.
Yeah,
which might work, I guess, for some people.
And it does. I'm not knocking it if that's how you go, but for me, I'm not. That's not how I work. That's not how my brain works.
Right.
So Ryan and I, it's different. Okay, it comes from him versus it comes from me.
Right.
The main problem in this story might be the middleman, Kyle Gunther, and the way he's
big ugly.
Yeah, the big ugly guy. The way he set it up. Kyle told me that Ryan had watched me fight and liked how I fought my first fight, and that kind of got the ball rolling. If you ask Ryan, I seeked out Ryan, so he's gonna watch this and he's gonna text me immediately.
Oh, he's texting me some questions I have to ask you.
Okay, so I'm ready. But Ryan and I started working together, and then once I only went down there with people, and then once I got comfortable with him, then I started going to one-on-ones with him. And I knew Ryan was going to be in my corner the rest of my career on our first fight together.
Oh, wow.
I'm fighting this super tough Hispanic kid. I've never met. I felt like I was punching a med ball. Like his head was just solid. He walked out in a pink sweatshirt and like blue trunks. Huh. And I thought, one of two things. Either this kid is tough as they come, or I'm going to knock him out in the first 30 seconds. There's nothing in between. He was as tough as they come.
Oh, God.
Miserable. But we go in. There's some back and forth. He's a wrestler. I'm a striker.
Uh-huh.
It's 1-to-1. No one will ever convince me it was any different. It was 1-to-1, hands down. And TeeJay comes in, and TeeJay's kind of talking strategy going into the third round. And Ryan just literally like pushes TeeJay to the side and yells at me. He goes, "You're down 2-0. You have to knock this kid out." That was all that was said in between that round. Like yelled it at me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I went back.
Loud and clear.
I went back and watched that video. I didn't knock him out, but I outlanded him like 87-4 in the third round. Yeah, how they didn't give me a 10-8 round, I will never understand in my life. Beat him on the ground. Outside, we went back and clicked it. Like they still didn't give me the 10-8 round. I have no clue why. But
that sucks.
But when Ryan came at me like that, like I don't jump through hoops. Tell me what it is.
Straight. Yep.
Straightforward. And he just said he told me, he's like, "You're losing." I don't think I was losing. I don't think he thought I was losing.
Right.
But that's what I needed to hear.
Right.
And that's when I was like, okay. I remember thinking in between that round, I said, this is my guy.
That's badass.
Yeah, I was like, this is my guy right here. And now we're like brothers. Like, he's like my big brother. I mean, if anything, I spend more time with him just hanging out and doing stuff. Like, boxing is just kind of something we do.
Right, right.
But yeah, that's how we got started. And like you said, he's never cookie cut me.
Yeah.
He knows I fight funky. I fight really funky in MMA. Almost like a Dominic Cruz, TeeJay Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt. Hands down a lot. I get funky with it. I'll switch my feet.
It's almost like a Diaz type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. I don't understand why more people don't open hand slap and things like that.
Yeah.
I'll hit someone with the front of my knuckles just as fast as I'll hit him with my back. I don't care.
Like this?
Yeah, I'll throw this if I can. If
like a swipe?
Yeah.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah, just a little psh, right there, and that'll get me an in.
Yeah.
To me, it's extremely disrespectful.
Right.
If someone did that to me, I'd be like, oh, okay.
You're really aware now.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is the kind of fight that is.
Right.
I personally don't get like invested in fights because, like I said, to me,
probably
it's
smart not to.
Yeah, it's a sport.
Right?
You know, I don't. Why we have so many guys that come in and, want to like intimidate?
Yeah.
I will never understand because, dude, I'm a fighter.
Yeah, right.
Like I said earlier, I drive to practice to get punched in the
Right.
face. What makes you think I'm not scared of you?
Right.
If anything, all of us fighters are scared to lose.
Right.
And we're not scared to lose. We're scared to lose in front of our people.
Right.
You know, like I said, that's your manhood.
Yeah.
You know, that's gladiator style, like to the death, like who was the toughest guy. That's all you knew back then. That's the hierarchy. Yeah. And I'm over here and I'm just like, you know, seeing these guys trying to punk out these other guys, and I'm like, dude, if you come up to me, like I keep a straight face.
Yeah.
But that's more like let you know, like I'm serious.
Right.
Like this is my livelihood. I'm not trying to intimidate you. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to do anything. My last fight against a guy, Calvin Williams, great guy. He's put together a good little streak after we fought. Phenomenal. Like me and him hung out after. He came to my table with all my sponsors and my dad, and I don't think he paid for a single drink the rest of the night. And like sat with us and hung out. Like that's the kind of stuff I like, you know.
Right.
And he actually came up to me and apologized after our fight because how he acted before the fight.
Yeah.
He wasn't ridiculous or anything, but every time I walked by, he mean mugged.
Right.
And he was like, that was just how I had to get into it. And I'm like, dude, I don't care.
Right.
That's fine. If that's what you got to do, you do what you got to do, brother. But like, just know, like, you know, like, I'm not about that, you know.
Yeah. It's more showmanship, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's all it is. And it's an intimidation. You know, Conor McGregor started this whole, Chael Sonnen started the whole, you know, trash talking.
Right.
But I think trash talking is totally different than trying to intimidate someone.
Right.
It's like, you're not going to intimidate me. I signed up for this.
Yeah, like what would you get intimidated by?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I know what I'm getting in a fight.
Yeah, like, you know, like that's almost like old ape stuff, you know.
Literally. And that's my deal is I want to look at some of these people. I'm going to be like, you know we weigh the same.
Yeah, right.
I just watched you weigh in.
Right.
Like, dude, like we're literally at half a pound off.
Yeah.
I mean, Calvin was 6'4".
Holy crap.
Yeah, I fought at 155 pounds for that one.
Punching straight up.
Oh, had a big old afro too. Made him look like he was about 7 foot tall. Great.
That's intimidating. That's like subconsciously intimidating.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, you ever see Nate Diaz when he squares off? He will put his hands up above. Conor gets wider. I've done a whole bunch. I like to study this stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to go into psychology for a while, so I've studied a lot of this, and it's the ape, the big stuff, the cobras that will fan out and be bigger. Peacocks look bigger.
Yep.
It's all showmanship.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's
exactly how they stand.
That's exactly. Think about it. Everyone gets bigger. When I take my pictures, I'll flex
Flared out,
I'll flare out. I mean, it's all
just taking up space.
That's it.
This is my space.
That's it. And it's an alpha thing because you know, no matter what anyone wants to admit, there's always one alpha in a room. Always.
Right. If we whittled it down.
Yes, there will always be one alpha in a room, and everyone wants to be that alpha, you know. And it's like,
is it the guy that just knows he's alpha? Is that the alpha?
Yep.
If you want to be alpha, like that's the first.
Alphas are never appointed.
Right.
Alphas are just known.
Yeah.
My dad. People think my dad's a highway patrolman. Yeah. So stud, 2-time All-American, high school football player, phenomenal baseball player. Like he's just an absolute dude. Used to be a unit. Now he's a little old.
Hey, it happens.
But people think my dad's like 6'3" and 240 pounds, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's like 5'11" and a half.
It's just the presence.
I've never ever in my life been in a room where he's not the alpha. And I don't know if he's just been my alpha basically my whole life. You know, I've always thought he's my dad, so I might be biased. But I've also never met someone like the looks he will get from random strangers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, it's the psychological side.
Right.
I know you just gave in. Have you ever heard Mike Tyson talk about he would stare his opponents down? I don't know if you got to watching my fights before I came on here, but you always see me every single fight. When I go out to meet with a ref, I posture up and I go sideways and I stare at my opponent. And it has nothing to do with intimidation. I want you to show me a chink in your armor.
Oh, you're looking for some weakness.
Yep. My very first fight, I knew I had to fight one ASAP. I mean, before the bell was even rung, because I went out there and I looked at him. He looked at me for about a half a second and looked down. Oh. And I said, yeah. I sprinted across that cage because I was like, there's your chink. You got a chink. He knew that I was alpha in that cage, and it was already in his head. Yeah. He immediately backed up. Now, backing up doesn't always mean that. You can be a counter striker. Sure. This guy wasn't a counter striker. Right. He had 2 fights on his record. Right. But as soon as I saw him look down, I was like, it's go time. I was like a shark with blood in the water. I was like, yep, you shouldn't have done that. Right. You should not have done that at all.
It's crazy because it's hard. It's hard. Yeah. Like, I mean, this is embarrassing, but like walking down the mall, sometimes I'll like meet eye with a guy or whatever. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, sorry about that. But then you're like, damn it, why don't I just stare him down? Yeah. And it's so stupid because I'm like buying clothes at the mall.
But I'm telling you, that's how we're wired. It's there. That's how we're wired. That's what I'll never understand. Don't get me wrong, my girlfriend, she's a vegetarian.
I thought she was vegan.
No, vegetarian.
Okay, vegetarian. So that was one Ryan wanted me to ask you. Okay, how could you own a hunting company and have a girlfriend who's a vegan? Oh gosh,
dude! If that's the biggest trouble I have with her, dude, she
looked like a good girl.
She's about as good as it gets.
It cracked me up. Yeah. I was like, what?
No, yeah, he's always wanted to like understand how it works. Which I mean, I actually like it because now I feel like I actually have more vegetables and stuff in my meal plan than normal. Yeah, so it actually works to me. But. I forgot where I was going with that.
The fighting psychology of puffing up.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, no matter what, right, you have vegetarians, you have people that kind of cut meat out sometimes. I've even looked at cutting out meat, and I have for, like, a day. And then I'm back.
That's personal record?
Yeah, then I'm back to eating meat.
This is horrible.
But you'll never convince me. I mean, humans, every single one of us got canines. Yeah. We got canines. We're made to eat meat. Any animal that eats meat's going to have that hierarchy. Look at wolves. Wolves have a hierarchy. Lions have a hierarchy. Everything has a hierarchy. We just don't like have established prides and things like that. So that's so natural for us to walk by each other. And I did not. So in high school I was very heavy set. Yeah. I wasn't like obese or anything. In college after surgery, the highest I ever got was like 197. Okay. I was very pudgy. And I never ever got looks because I was just a pudgy kid, right?
You didn't get looks because you weren't a threat.
Yeah. Okay. People looked at me and didn't know. And I mean, knock on wood, I never lost a fight in the streets. Yeah. But growing up before
What's your street record?
My street record, yeah. None of that jiu-jitsu would ever work on me. And so it's like it wasn't. I never turned a scrap down. Yeah. But at the same time, nobody was looking to scrap with me because I was the nice, happy-go-lucky guy. Right. But once I chiseled down, started fighting, got a jawline, built muscle. Yeah. That's when I started noticing guys constantly staring me down. And I walk around like I'm a prick, Yeah. I really do.
I noticed it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I really do.
There's a walk to it. There's a posture.
But it's confidence. You can't tell me after you've done jiu-jitsu, you have a confidence. Because let me tell you, there's nothing better than knowing if it hits the fan in this room, and you're in a room full of 30 people, I can kill all of you. If it hits
some of you.
Yeah. Well, there's probably some other dude thinking about that. Right. Saying that's like some black belt. We don't know it. He's going to choke us out.
That was one of the biggest like revelations to me is like, I don't know who's the killer anymore. Because I always thought it was the big guy, the big chiseled bodybuilder. I'm like, oh, he's going to kill everybody. Now I'm like, that 5'5" guy could just rip my arm off.
That was. I love that you say that. When I started fighting, because I went to every single fight that was an option here. And I just remember thinking, man, I smoked that dude. Give me a break. I'd smoke
Every guy thinks that crap.
Oh, yeah. I was like, man, all my friends were hyping me up. They're like, dude, you could get off the couch right now. Because they all watched me fight growing up. Yeah. And they're like, you could do that. Like, you'd smoke him. Yeah. And then you get in there and you're like,
yep.
Whoa. And it was seriously from like the third or fourth practice, I came home to my parents and I was like, I'm done mouthing people. Yeah. Because I used to be pretty mouthy outside. And I was like, I'm done. Because you just don't know.
You don't.
You have no clue.
You can't. I mean, and I've rolled with guys. I'm 250 right now, pretty heavy. Sorry, but when I first started rolling, I was around 220, and I'm rolling with guys, 135, 140 pounds, and it's nothing.
Here's this: you got a guy as big as you, and then you got Sam Robertson.
Why?
Sitting over down by the right, and you got Sam sitting down by the bar, and say he's just wearing some baggy thing. that dude could choke you out in like 10 seconds.
He's one of my worst roles, dude. In fact, the last time I rolled with him, I probably should have been like, we should go 40% or something. I had no idea as an MMA guy.
Yeah, you got to cut that down.
He crushed my ego, dude.
Yeah, you got to be like, hey, I need you to 15% in the back of your head. You're like, I'm going 60.
Yeah.
I'm going 60.
That's what I'll do next time.
Be like,
because he's an awesome dude.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go against the wall. Like, I'm sitting against the wall, and I'm like this. I didn't roll the next round. You know, Jason Rios?
Yep.
Jason comes over, he kind of puts his arm around me. He's like, hey, man, it happens to everybody. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now.
You're like, does it cost extra money to cancel my membership?
Yeah, like, what do I do? I can't stop that kid. Like,
yeah, but in reality, I mean,
decimated
I mean, think you get a few drinks and you're feeling froggy, your boys with you, and then you got Sam, you know, six rows down in a bar wearing like a hoodie and sweats, and you're like, oh, I'd smoke that turd. Well, and then you got guys like
huge mistake.
Yeah, guys like Ryan, knock you out, just like that, and it's like that's when I was like, okay, you don't know who you're messing with.
Just be polite to everybody.
And at that point, that really calmed me down because I don't get worked up anymore in public with people. Like, I didn't really get worked up to a sense of make a scene.
Right.
But I'd be like, man, why are you sizing me up? Like, now I walk by and I'm like, dude, you don't even know.
Right.
Like, there's been multiple times where guys have kind of chested up and I've straight up told them, like, dude, I'm saving you. Just, it's cool.
Which is funny because it probably would push them on even more.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, you're saving me?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm just
trust me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get, like I said, I don't get worked up. I'm just like, dude, I can't do this because when I knock you out in 2 punches, I'm going to jail.
Right.
My hands, at this point, they're going to see me in a court as trained.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to jail. So I'm like, dude, you don't get it. Like, it's not worth it. There have been guys, too, that I'm like, dude, if you really want to, like,
come to the gym.
Yeah, my coach will let you come.
Yeah.
Like, he has no problems with it. We can fight. But I'm like, you don't want to.
Right.
Like, and that's not me being, like, I don't want to say like a jerk or extra confident, but that's me legitimately knowing like what it is, to be trained and untrained.
Right.
And there's such a distinct difference there.
Well, that's the mentality of the trained versus the untrained.
Yes.
The untrained mind is like, big is good, big muscles are good, strong or whatever. That guy's a good fighter, and it means nothing. Yeah. It absolutely means he lifts heavy weights, and he lifts them in a way that makes his muscles big.
It's not functional.
He might not even be strong.
It's not a functional concept,
you know. But you have no idea who could kill you, who could kick your head off.
Absolutely. And my favorite saying, I saw it a while back. I would rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just
a good one.
Just like
it's like Sun Tzu.
I don't remember.
I think it is.
It's got a samurai on it and everything that I've seen paired with it. But like, no matter what, I want my kids to be in training.
Right.
They don't have to fight. Would I recommend fighting to anyone? No. I don't plan on fighting. No. I think I have the personality to make money. I think I have a following to make money, and I can fight. And so my plan, I'm a businessman. And my plan is I want to get in, get money, and I want to get out. I don't want somebody else to be wiping my butt for me when I'm 40.
Right.
I don't want to be able to not hold the conversation.
Right.
Yeah. To me, it's ridiculous. You're really bashing, like, it's 2020. If this is the gladiator days and this is the only option we really have, okay.
Yeah.
It's 2020,
Did
dude.
they get paid? I don't think they got paid.
No. Yeah.
Maybe got paid in women.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
sign me up.
Yeah.
Let's go back to those days.
Right. But, you know.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like, it's not worth this. So I want to get in and get out. But like I said, my kids, I want them to be trained because this world sucks so much and people are so stupid that I want my daughter, if some boy's being stupid, I want my daughter to be able to like hit you with a 1, 2, 3, slip on a duck under and suplex him into the ground and tell his friends like who's next.
Damn,
you know?
I was just thinking wrist lock, but
we could wrist lock.
Yours is way better.
Yeah, that's I want that to be known.
Yeah.
Like that's my dad told me when I was young. And I moved. I have not always been a Web City product. I moved in, and you know how it is, the new kid.
Yeah.
You're going to catch some flack. It was like 6th grade when I moved. I didn't catch too much flack.
Tough time.
Well, I was so happy-go-lucky. I was such a happy kid. The first day, actually, at Web City Middle School in 6th grade, I had a Congo line on the playground. I was the leader, and every single kid was behind it.
Nice.
That was a good break into Web City, right?
Absolutely.
But my dad always told me, if you fight good the first time, you won't ever have to fight again.
Right.
When we moved. And I remember this kid mouthed me. This was actually 8th grade. He's much bigger than me. He mouthed me. I was sitting by the teacher's desk because I talk too much.
You?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah. And I hop out of the room, and I just remember I sat there. He was on the other side of the classroom, and he had mouthed. And it's one thing to mouth me. If it was me and you in this room right now, and you mouthed me, I'd be like, okay, I'm probably upset with you. There's no need to do anything. But when you want to mouth me in front of 30 people,
yeah, that's different.
That's different. Now those 30 people think it's acceptable to mouth me.
Right.
So
you don't do anything.
Yes. So they think I'm a doormat. So I thought, okay, this is what we're going to do. So I stood right outside the door. As soon as he came out, I said, what's up? I won't say his name on here, but I said, what's up? I dropped my books and I just smoke him. Just put one right in his mouth. And then we go
Set
at it.
the standard.
Yeah, I see it. And I grabbed him and I just need him in the stomach. And this is all, like I said before, this is all visual. This is purely learning all of this.
No
training. I wrestled in junior high, but single leg, double leg, ankle pick. That was always John Smith,
Those are all good techniques.
Yeah. And I knee him and I get him in what at the time I thought was sitting on top of him. I get him in a full mount. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, right? And I'm just hammering him and he rolls over. And
gave him your back? He gave you back?
Yeah. Well, I was hitting him so many times. I mean, I just hopped on him fast. I mean, I hit him as hard and fast as I could.
Guess that's one way, but that's like kill me.
Yeah. Well, I didn't choke him out and I hit him. And then at this point, the hallway's full.
Yeah.
And like I said, if it was one-on-one, it's different. But the fact that you disrespected me, now I have to make you an example.
Yeah.
And I grabbed him, and I made him by the shirt, and I made him open his hands, and I apologized to me in front of everyone. Which is just, I figured it was the most demoralizing thing I did. And then for good measure, I put one more in his mouth. And I remember I go grab...
Allegedly.
I go grab my back, because it was the last class of the day. We were done.
Yeah, right.
And I go grab my backpack, and I, bust tail out of the exit sign.
Yeah, I bet your heart's pounding.
Oh, I'm like... Because
what just happened?
Teacher's kid, highway patrolman. I mean, that's definitely not the first fight I've been in, but in school, that was probably the most ballsy I got. And I get out and I'm like, oh my God. And my mom usually came and picked me up every day. Nope. I took off walking to her school.
God,
I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here before they grab me. I called my dad, or I text my dad. I said, hey, just got in a fight. You might be getting a call. And he said...
He loves to get that text message.
And he said, all right, I'm on my way. I said, oh, no, I'm already 8 blocks from the school. I took off.
Oh, geez.
And he goes, did you win? I said, he didn't even land a shot.
Your dad's like, my boy.
All right, right? But, it was a respect thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't ever... Because I'm smaller than him. That kid actually was on the wrestling team. He wrestled 170, whatever it was in junior high. He wrestled 170, and I was wrestling 120. I was actually wrestling 135, weighing in at 121. Because just to gain points for our team in tournaments.
Right.
So he was much bigger than me, but I just, like I said, my dad told me, if you fight once, you never have to fight again. And that pretty well set the standard for me there in town.
I wouldn't mess with you.
Yeah, and then, I mean, like I said, I had everybody watching.
Right.
So I was like, you want to make an example of me, I'm going to make an example of you.
Right.
And that's what I want my kids to be able to do, not sit outside a classroom and wait for them like my little punk me did.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't ever want my kids to feel, terrible. I mean, look at two of the best fighters ever, Mike Tyson, George St. Pierre, heavily bullied. If you ever listen to Mike Tyson, he will cry. I mean, that's a grown man that killer.
I didn't know that.
He will cry. He said the reason he is so mean and the reason he is so angry is because he is so afraid to feel like he did when he was young.
Wow.
His first fight he ever got in, he had a pigeon up on his roof of his apartment. He had pigeons in a cage. And 2 older boys came and broke one of the necks in front of him. And he hit the guy. Because he said, that's the first time I was so mad. He broke my pigeon's neck.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, he was like, I was so upset. And he punched the guy and ended up getting beat up.
Yeah.
And he was scared. He was timid. George St. Pierre, so scared. He used to get bullied so hard. And I don't ever want my kids to feel like that. But like I said, it can be flipped, obviously, like Mike. And maybe not to Mike's persona. Mike got a little wild there.
Right.
But George St. Pierre, that's why he started fighting. Because he got picked on. And I was like, I want my kids, I don't want you to have to start fighting because you got picked on. I want you to end getting picked on because you can fight. And like I said, they don't have to
Seems
fight.
like a better road to 100%. Start,
Just like the warrior in a garden.
Right.
Right? I'm not worried,
Right. That's I've told this story on the podcast before, but when I was working at a restaurant when I first started jiu-jitsu, and there was a girl there named Megan who was in the military, really cool girl. Kind of wild, actually. Megan, you're crazy. But we were rolling for probably 2 months, and I walked in the door, and she kind of looks at me, and she's like, you know what? You stand up straighter. And I was like, what? You stand up straighter since you started jiu-jitsu. And I was like, oh.
I think I listened to you. I listened to you say that.
Yeah, I've told her before, but it's like, man, I didn't even notice that. And then after, I'm like, wait a minute. I feel more confident. Like we talked about earlier, like if shit goes down, and I'm on the ground, and even if this guy is like kind of got the upper hand, I'm okay.
I'm comfortable.
I've been smashed here before. I've been sweat on. My face has been plowed into the ground, and I've got out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel it's not like the first couple of times where I'm like, oh my God, what do I do down here?
You don't go into that panic mode anymore. And that's why I say it's nice. It's nice to know, you know. You don't, kind of like where it says the old lady that got pulled over and she had like 3 guns in her console. And the officer's like, man, what are you scared of? And she said, not a thing.
That's awesome.
Not a thing. And
Yeah,
right. Heck yeah, man, you got 3 pistols right there. I'm not scared of nothing.
That's funny.
Even if I can't hit you, I got this though.
Right.
And, you know, I think that's where everyone gets it twisted. Because just like I said, if me and you are at a bar, no one's going to project us to be fighters. They're probably going to be like, oh, those are just some pretty laid back dudes.
Right.
But the fact that I have
what if I'm wearing
ability,
Affliction?
Bro, I wouldn't mess with you. Wearing Affliction.
Joey's got ripped jeans, Affliction shirt on.
They're bedazzled on the back.
God, he's got a mohawk.
His breath smells like Monster.
His ears are perfected, though.
What's wrong? He's got drywall on his
No cauliflower ears, though. That's one thing I look for now. Cauliflower ears.
Oh.
I'm just kind of like, oh, shit, you got cauliflower ears, you know.
Not
which I'm not a very, like, aggressive guy.
Yeah.
But I notice it. I'm like, okay, just make sure he's taken care
him.
of.
I'm friends with him.
Yeah, right.
There's been multiple guys at bars that I'm like, okay, I go up, talk to him. Hey, I know you fight,
right?
Or I know you wrestled,
right?
I make friends with them really quick.
Yeah, but it's more of like a talking point. Like, hey, man, do you martial arts? Like,
yeah. So, like I said, it's such a good tool to have.
Yeah,
and especially with the way the world's going, you know, just like that guy that just got shot, friggin' like a day ago. Did you see that? He's got shot like yesterday or a day before.
Around here?
No, I don't remember that. Some guy jogging, and these 2 idiots thought he looked like some break-in guy that had been around the neighborhood. He's jogging in jogging clothes. And they drive him down and end up shooting him.
What the hell?
Yeah, and I can't help think. I watched the video. I didn't watch him pass away. I didn't want to see him get shot. But I'm watching him fight, and I can't help but think if he was trained in something properly, you know, could he have went to an underhook to get the shotgun out of his way?
Shotgun?
Yeah, guy had a shot. It was some stupid old guy. But, you know, could he went to an underhook or something to nullify the shotgun off his hip and talk and be like, whoa, what's
going on?
Because they just attacked him.
Yeah.
It was barbaric. Like, I don't know how those guys are going to get away with anything. But, you know, it's just like one of those things where it's like, would it have saved his life? Maybe.
Yeah.
But even if it didn't, it still ended that way, you know?
Right.
So it's just a scary world. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, and I don't fight that much. I've tried to get into it a little bit more. I was hanging out with Jeff for a while. What's his
Hines?
last name? No, not Jeff Hines. He hangs out with Colton Kavner. They open their gym.
Jeff Law.
Jeff Law. I was hanging out with Jeff Law for a while. We were doing stuff. And then he went to his other gym, which I like training with those guys. Who's the Love? Who's
Jason Love.
Jason Love, dude. He's one that popped me in the face one time, and I didn't purposely get mad. It was just like the reaction of the adrenaline. I was like, you know? But he's a big kid.
Oh, he's
a
big
big dude.
Yeah, and I think he went over. I don't know Jason very well. I just follow him kind of social media. I think he went to like Thailand or something for a while.
He did.
That's super cool.
He did. I think he was down there for a missions trip, but then he was training, obviously.
That's
something
super
like
cool.
that. Yeah,
that's super cool.
Really awesome guy. But we were training with those guys, or I was training with those guys for just a little bit. I'm way more jiu-jitsu than I am fighting, but I would like to get more into fighting, just for the knowledge of it, you know, just like what we're talking about. But one of the things that martial arts that I've noticed about is the mentality issue, the burning away of disillusionments. You know, I could take that guy, or other things like. I've told this story on the podcast before. Giving up too early. There's times where we were rolling, and I'd just be like, "Oh, he's got my neck," you know, tap out, and then I think it was Casey who was like, "You just give up too early," and then it went across the entire timeline of my life. I'm like, "Whoa, I give up early on a lot of things.
Yep.
I give up early on working out over here, or doing this thing that I need to do over here. I just kind of give in." So then once I realized that, I could take all the knowledge that I've gained from martial arts, and I got to apply it to my whole life. So there's so many benefits to training like that.
Absolutely. Like if I can fit my thumb up here.
Yeah.
If I can just fit my thumb up here and give that artery just a little bit of room to flow. That's all it takes. And it's like sometimes it's just like you said. What if I just shove my thumb up in that choke? I don't want to just, leave that for the imagination where my thumb's going. But, what if I can get a finger up there? What if I can get just the slightest bit?
Right.
And it just makes you think all those times. It's like,
oh, I know. Or just last. I've had like, if he's squeezing and I probably have literally 2 full seconds and he stops because he doesn't think he has it. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he changes position. And I'm like, you had me. You were this one more second and I would have been blacked out or tapped out.
Yeah, I can remember a specific time rolled against a guy that I had to. It was one of those ones where I had to get it back for myself.
Yeah.
I won't go into too much detail about it, but I had to because everyone in the room stopped and watched us because they knew it was a very pivotal matchup between us. And I just remember him. He got me in this kind of rink-a-dink guillotine. But I knew it wasn't full because he only had like one leg.
Okay.
And I just remember I was like, dude, you're gonna have to kill me.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to kill me. Like I'm going to sleep or something. And his arms end up giving out before mine, and then I end up tapping him out.
Nice.
I remember calling my dad after that practice. I was like, dude, I did it. Like I got that back. Like I feel so much better. And he was like, well, how? I was like, man, because he was gonna have to kill me. And he gave up before I did.
Right.
And to me, I love nothing more than breaking another man's will in a cage like that.
Yeah.
Because it's sport. It really is sport. I'm not mad. I'm not like break your will to kill you, but it's like, hey man, I lasted longer than you. Yeah. I'm a little bit tougher than you. A little bit tougher than you. I can make it last.
Right.
And so that was super good. And that was kind of a breakthrough for me on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and just getting at, like, I felt like there was 1,000 pounds off my chest because, like I said, I needed that back. And he had it, and man, I was like, oh, it was bad. I was
taking
souls,
I was like,
yeah, I was like, dude, you're gonna have to kill me.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to kill me. I know it seems a little over the top.
It's a scary mindset for a person to have.
It is.
It's like, well, how do you beat that guy? You gotta kill him.
There's some guys you can't beat. Cash Jones. So that's the curly head guy you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Division I wrestler. Let me tell you, if you don't know his name, you're gonna know it.
He's got some long ass arms, right?
Oh my god, beast.
Yeah,
he was built for this.
Yeah,
he's a Division I wrestler. He's not wrestling anymore. He wants to fight. You want to talk about? If I had to compare him to one fight, it's Justin Gaethje. He is a wrestler that can out-wrestle anyone I know, but wants to stand and bang. And like one of those guys, I will punch him in the face 3 times, and he's like 2 steps forward somehow. And I'm like, whoa, stop!
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. It's miserable. It's the most miserable pace I've ever felt in my life, and he's still pretty green to all of it.
Really?
He didn't have a fight yet.
Oh, really?
I feel bad for the guy that fights him first.
Poor guy.
Some poor turd. I legitimately am so confident in him and what he has shown in the last 2 months. I honest to goodness would give him one fight and put him up for a belt.
Dear God.
Ryan didn't. I don't think went into too much detail on. I told Cash, I was like, dude, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty mouthy and like I'm talking trash.
Right.
So if anyone thinks they are tougher than me, you can take it up with Cash, because he's like my bodyguard.
You heard it.
Yeah. If you want to wrestle.
So how old's Cash?
He's younger than me.
Oh my God. How old are you?
24.
Okay.
I just turned 24.
Okay.
Yeah, kid's a stud. A stud.
He looks it.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ryan's been putting a lot of videos up lately, and it's like, dude, who's that?
There's not very many people that can just pick up gloves and go 12, 15 rounds.
No.
At Ryan's pace.
Right.
And Cash will do it, no problem. He's got that wrestler mentality.
Right. And then his upper body is enormous.
Yeah.
Like the shoulders, the arms, like when he punches, it's just like continues to keep going.
He's got them long, lanky arms.
Right.
Not lanky. They're not lanky.
They're long as hell, dude.
They're long arms, dude. I'm telling you. And he's still so green to striking.
Yeah.
And the best part is he's not even got to combine it all. Because I'm like, dude, wait until the first time you put someone on their butt and they feel how easy that was for you.
Yeah.
It's going to open up a whole nother world of striking.
Right.
Whole nother world of striking.
Because he's a wrestler.
Yes. Because even me, I told him, I was like, even me, I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a ground guy. And granted, when I was in Team Fusion in Springfield for however long that year, my ground game drastically jumped up under Brad Montgomery. But still, I wasn't a ground guy. I was a striker. And I learned to take people down. And even just that little feint. Even after a takedown, that little feint would open up so much for me because of my hand speed. And I would just get 6 or 7 off before they could even really figure out. And I was like, dude, I'm not even a wrestler.
Right.
Like, and it's not going to be fair. I'm not going into too much detail because I don't want to ruin it. I'll let him, I guess, build his own thing.
Right. But what you're saying is he's a bad motherfucker.
Bad.
That's badass. But if he fights, I'm going to go watch him.
Oh, yeah. No, 150%. So like I feel like I was built for this. I really do. Very much built like my grandpa.
Definitely got the mentality.
Yeah, I'm definitely built like my grandpa. In 3.5 years or whatever of fighting, I've had, I think, 3 black eyes and 2 bloody noses. That is it.
Wow.
3 bloody noses. Cash gave me my 3rd one last week. And I mean, I fought with some dudes, like I told you before this. I mean, I finished off my MMA doing 5-minute rounds with guys like Tony Grant, Cliff Wright, Austin Clem, all sorts, Tank, Jonathan, guys like that, like just absolute studs. I mean, and
you were saying like the combined record was like 114 to
17 or something. We sat down and did it all the people, and it was just like ridiculous. The people I was training with, and for me to fight with that many people and then Cash to piece me, like to get me in a corner and bully me like that, I was like, ooh, this guy's. I mean, granted, we're different weight classes.
Sure.
So that does play a role in being able to bully me down into a corner. But like, still, I've always been so quick that those guys, I've been able to get out. And he doesn't let you breathe.
But it's like something that you notice, with the knowledge that you have. So if you're with a guy like that, if you were with me, you'd be like, okay, you got some skill or whatever. But then when you're with Cash, it's like, whoa. Yeah, there's something there.
There's something. It's that it. You're like, I'm like, dude, quit your job and train.
Really?
That's it. I'm that confident he could quit his job and train and be fine.
Wow.
Like, he's one of those guys. I'm like, dude, don't fight over 3 amateur fights. Like, just go pro. Just go pro.
Go pro.
Yeah.
So is that how fighters usually do it? Like three amateur fights?
It depends. Okay. I know a lot of big wrestlers kind of like that will do that. But then there's other guys who, like, for me, I said 7 fights.
7 amateur fights.
7 amateur fights is when I'll make my decision. I said if I make it to 5-0, then I'll probably just go pro.
Right.
If I make it to 6-1, probably go pro. Then if I made it to 5-2, think about it. 4-3, really think about it.
Right.
Because you don't play fighting. You don't play fighting. It's not like you're just a baseball player.
Yeah, right. There's some serious consequences.
Big consequences.
You could play baseball for a long time.
Just like me not being able to chew with this side of my jaw all week
from training.
Sparring.
Yeah, from sparring.
Yeah. And it's like you don't play fighting. So it's like, to me, I think everyone needs to have a number. I don't think people should waste their time. If you're a 4-4 fighter as an amateur, let me tell you, it's not going to get any better as a pro.
Yeah.
Unless you're just fighting dudes, which doesn't usually happen.
Right.
But I think guys that are 6-1, 6-2, I think they're good to go pro.
Right.
Mine was a stylistic thing. I was told, Ryan and I always look for different styles to fight. I wanted to make sure I kind of covered a striker, a wrestler, a brawler.
I gotcha.
A technique person. I wanted to make sure my bases were covered before I went pro with that. And then that's when everything kind of went downhill.
Yeah.
And that's when I've been on this layoff for 9 months now.
Oh, okay.
So it'll probably be close. It'll be a year, basically, from fight to fight.
Because of injuries or?
Yeah. So I don't know how much Ryan told you about everything.
You just said how badass you were and how cool you were.
Yeah, something like that. Hardly. So this is probably the main reason I wanted to come on a podcast, because this is something I think that a ton of people actually, I believe, I'd be surprised at, but don't know about me. Because like I've always said, I've always been a happy-go-lucky guy. I've always been a guy that's here to have fun. I was friends with everyone, but a lot of people don't know that I have suffered from depression and anxiety since high school. I didn't know I had it in high school. I just thought maybe it was kind of normal. But as it's built up, I have had very, very large amounts of depression and anxiety. And ultimately, I took a fight on 4 weeks' notice with LFA. I would have waxed this turd.
With the adequate time.
And it was just not going. I mean, even then, if I just wouldn't have gotten sick, I would have.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, no, this kid couldn't hold a candle. He better hope I don't find him. He made a little status, kind of made me look bad after I'm in the hospital.
Oh.
He still was kind of John. I'm like, okay, dude, like, listen, I'll fill up my tank and drive to Wichita. Like, I'll smack you in a gym. Like, I don't need people to see it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so this is the main reason I'm going, because if I can help one person, I guess, from this, then so be it. Because like I said, when they deemed me with the depression and anxiety, I'm high functioning. Most people don't know it. Most people would never guess it.
I guess that's what high functioning means.
I hide it well.
Or above the radar.
Yeah, I hide it super well. There are days I just feel miserable, but I still go to work. I still go train. I still do all these things. I basically just hit my point, though, to where I had to be admitted into the hospital.
This is before the fight.
This is right before. This is 4 days before the fight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which I felt terrible that I couldn't finish.
Yeah.
I feel bad from an opponent, but after he talked mess like that, I'm like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
That's this. He doesn't have.
Respect.
He didn't know why I was in the hospital. Right. I don't even know if he knew I was in the hospital. Still one of those things. It's like, dude, you don't know. You're not educated on it. Let's just not talk about it.
Right.
But I end up in a hospital. They had to admit me, or I admitted myself. I talked to my family. I have a phenomenal support system. Thank goodness. Which I feel terrible for people that go through this.
Yeah. What do they do?
Right. And so once I admitted myself in there, that's when I kind of found out my kidneys basically weren't working.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I was physically feeling so bad.
Right.
And I was mentally. I just remember I'm sitting in a sauna by myself, and I come out, and I'm just going in. And I'm sitting there, and I just remember my last round in the sauna, I'm sitting there crying. I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Crying about God knows what.
Yeah.
Just everything. I go out and I'm like 151 and a half pounds, and I have to get down to 145, and I'm just like sitting there, and I'm just like, I still have a couple of days, so I'm like, I'm not terribly worried about that, but I was just like, I can't do this. This is bad. Like, I had so many voices going on in my head.
Wow.
And so I text my parents. I was like, I'm in a bad place, because they had known about it. It really, really spiked when I was a freshman in college, and it's when the surgery came.
Oh, okay.
Something
was taken from you.
Yep, I was dead. Exactly. I was dead set I was going pro with baseball.
Yep.
I knew my fastball was good enough. I was a low 90s pitcher. Like, I just knew I had the mentality. I was like, I'm going to make it. I've never been somewhere and not performed.
Right.
Then that got taken away. That's when it all super spiraled.
Huh.
But I just remember texting my parents, and I was like, I'm in a bad spot. Super bad. And then I called my sister. My sister's a nurse. And I was like, I'm in a super bad spot. Like, I got to get help. Like, I was like, I'm about to just go to the hospital right now, because I just don't feel confident.
Right.
And it's hard to explain to someone, because nothing makes me more mad. My generation of people, I don't know why it's so cool on social media to be depressed.
Right.
Nothing makes me more...
Call for attention, right?
Right. And to me, that degrades people who are genuinely... I'm not... the reason I don't tell people is I don't want handouts. I don't want you to change how you treat me. Like, just make sure you know, like, okay, like, I'm having a rough time. Like I said, I'm high functioning. I'm still going to go to work. I'm still going to do this. I'm not asking for anything, but for some godforsaken reason, people my age think it's cool to be like, I'm so depressed. I wish a car would hit me. Oh, that gets me. That's right. One thing that gets me fired up, because I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
If you genuinely, I think that's another thing why I'm not scared of anyone. I fear absolutely no man. You could put me in a cage with Francis and Ngannou and be like, I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna fight you.
Right.
You know, it's because it's like, you're not gonna present anything to me scarier than fighting myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting something that I can't explain, I can't see, I can only hear. I can feel it. It's destroying me. I'm sitting here arguing with myself, and it's like, you're not gonna do it. And I've really had that mindset. This is actually, I was kind of contemplating on saying this one, because there's 4 people that know. That's it, and not even my parents, nothing. So mom and dad, sorry. So this one, it's about to get, a little more serious. But like I said, if I can help someone out, like, I want people to know, like, they're not alone. Right. And I know that's such a cliche thing to say.
But it's good.
My freshman year of college, I came home. Like I said, I went to Crowder, so I was a hop skip away from Webb City. Carthage, or Ryan said I was from Carthage. He's a dingbat.
Come on, Ryan.
Here I am talking about he's my brother, and he didn't know where I live.
Starts with a C.
Yeah. And so I came home, I want to say to watch my brother wrestle or something. Yeah. And I had just had a miserable week. I was just literally in my own head, unreal. And I had ran home to get some clothes or something to take back to my dorm before I went to the wrestling match. And I'm home alone, and like I said, I'm just eating at myself so hard. And I just got my pistol, and I loaded my pistol up, and I just sat in my room, walked circles in my room for like 15, 20 minutes. And I was just like, one side of me saying, do it, you don't have to worry about it. And the other side of me saying, like, dude, whoa, like, time out. Like, it'll be better. But obviously the side that's like, do it is
pretty loud.
Super loud. Whew, he's loud. And the reason I've really never told this story, and like I said, I don't want people treating me different. I never want someone feeling the pressure. Anyone that holds suicide over someone else's head is a coward. If I were to tell you I'm going to kill myself because you don't want to be my friend, that you're a coward. An absolute coward. Whether you have it or not, you're still a coward. I'll slightly feel for you because you're struggling, but like, don't ever hold it. And I don't ever want anyone feeling that pressure with me. And I've definitely never told him, and I haven't told my family for this reason, but in my room, there's, my Conor McGregor poster, obviously. I'm a fanboy.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a really terrible drawing and it's actually a magazine, and it's a buck. It's just like a mainframe 8 or mainframe 10, and it's cut in half down one side of the face. And on the other side is a drawn side. Kind of like a mirror, you would do for an art project. My brother drew it. Okay. And I just remember looking, I had that pistol. I'm on my knees. And on my mattress. I'm like shaking. And I'm just like literally, like, I have the gun up to my head multiple times. And I just remember, like, I'm crying, and I sit down and I look up at that poster, and I'm like, whoa. Like, what if that little turd, that little nutsack dragging around a body, walks in on me? Exactly. He's the one that finds me. What if, I don't want him to think this is okay. Right. I don't want him to think this is a good escape route. And so, like, I've never taken that picture down. And like I said, it's not a good picture.
Yeah.
I love him.
Saved your life.
Yeah, he's definitely not an artist, but it saved my life, honest to God. But I've never told him that because I don't want him to have that pressure. I don't want him to ever feel like he has to be my friend. He has to cater to me. I don't like that.
I see.
You know, so I don't ever want people knowing that pressure.
Right.
So that's why I've only told basically my closest friends. And obviously, like, I don't want my guns taken away because I can hunt. I can't hunt, you know, because then they're not going to let me have guns.
Right.
Not to make a joke of it. But
no, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
but so I never told anyone.
Yeah.
And like I said, that was my freshman year of college. It was 2014 or 2015.
Right.
Fall. And like at that point, that's when I had no fear. I was no longer scared of anything.
Wow.
You know, and to like I said, no one will ever on this earth present anything to me scarier than me, you know, having that gun at my head. And so like that's why when I go in there and I have this mentality of one of us is walking out of this cage, and it's like you don't know what I've been through, man. Like you don't know that I've been right there. I'm not saying my story's any so much worse than anyone else. There's definitely people who have had it worse, but it's like you don't get it. Like I'm willing. Yeah. I'm willing to survive. You don't know how close what I'll do to survive.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with like I know where I'm going when I die. I'm saved. I have a great religious family. I have great leaders in my family. Like I'm not scared of dying at all.
Right.
And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that happened. I think it has a role. I think it helps. It definitely helps me fight. Like I said, I fear nothing. I fear no man because it's like Francis Ngannou, as big as he is not scarier than me sitting there with a pistol to my head. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, if anything, the reason I'm telling you is because like I would love for someone to hear this and maybe then to help them.
Yeah.
You know, whether it helps one person or helps 1,000 people, like one person is good enough for me.
Absolutely.
Because like at that point, I really didn't have. Well, I guess my brother's drawing was the one thing I needed.
Right.
You know, it's like. Excuse me. Now I go back. What if I would have just like tucked that poster away?
Yeah.
What if I would have thrown it away?
Right.
Would I have pulled the trigger? Excuse me. Was that did God make me keep that? Because like I say, it's a terrible picture. Yeah. I love him. It's a sentimental value, obviously.
Sure. Right.
But he drew it when he was young, and I remember him specifically.
Sort of innocence about it.
Yeah, he gave it to me, and I was like, bingo. That's when I was like, I threw the gun away, and I was just like shaking, super scared. I don't even think I actually went to his wrestling match. I think I just went straight back to my dorm because I was just like pale, like I just felt sick.
So close.
So close. I mean, literally, like just like I said, up to my head, away, up to my head, away, like trying to just reason, reason as to why
it's like going up to the cliff, you know, you're ready to jump, you're like, oh no, and like no, you know, keep going back
and you sit there and you weigh things. Well, people are gonna miss me.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna feel like this again.
Right.
You know, just last week I felt miserable to the point like it's crippling. It truly is crippling when you have it, and people don't understand that. And so like when people are upset, I like to think that I have more of an understanding for them, because like last week I laid in my living room floor for 2 hours because I thought I was gonna puke. And I just couldn't do anything because my anxiety was so high. But there was no reason for me to spike my anxiety. It just happened. And it's just I didn't notice until they pegged me with it, and I studied it. And it's I have a chemical imbalance in my head.
Really?
Yeah. So when I got there, fast forward to the fight where I had to go to the hospital, they did all my blood tests. Like I had like no serotonin in my head. Like all my dopamines were gone. Some were super high. Some were like gone. I guess your kidney produces serotonin. Okay. Didn't know that. Mine aren't working, so they're not producing anything.
Yeah.
So that helps me understand too, because like I said, I'm very logical. You can tell me the what all day, but if I don't know the why, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Right.
Now I know, because before this, I was stubborn. I was like, oh, you're choosing to be sad.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh, there's science behind this.
No choice in the matter.
Yeah, I'm not a huge sciencey guy, but you can't really argue science either, right? I mean, if it's facts, it's facts, and I get that. And like I said, if I had a why to it, then I get it.
Right.
And so like that really helped me understand, like, okay, you know, this isn't. I'm not a freak. At first, I thought I was a freak. I remember multiple times talking to my friends, like, dude, I feel like a freak. I've always been headstrong. I've always been the funny one. I've always been the class clown. My tooth being broke, it's because my teacher left the room and my buddy was chasing me, and I got on the counter. 3rd grade. I was willing to do this stuff to get a laugh.
Right.
I got on the counter. He grabbed my ankle and I fell.
Ooh.
Hit the floor, busted my tooth, broke my wrist. Yeah. So I've always been a fun one.
Right.
I've always been down to clown, have a great time.
Yeah.
But this just cripples me sometimes.
Right.
Cripples to the point where I don't want to do anything. And like hunting, that's why I love hunting.
Yes.
I go sit there. I have no worries.
In silence.
I have no worries except for the fact that I have 3 days left to kill a turkey and I haven't shot one.
You better get on it, bro.
This is gonna hurt my feelings. But I love that.
Yeah.
I love just being out there. And some people don't get like, I just want to be alone. And now I say all that. I'm safe. I'm safe now. Like I said, I have a phenomenal support system.
For sure.
Amazing. I have people like my family, Ryan, my best friends. And that's the thing. There are several people in my life that have zero clue how much they help me. There are certain people that I will just text when I'm feeling antsy and just have a conversation with, and I don't ever want to tell them that that's why I'm doing it.
Right.
Because I don't want them to change.
Right.
My best friend, two of my best friends. One is Scott McDonald. He is in the minor leagues for the Yankees.
Nice.
Best friends from Canada. Like he's literally like he spent the last 6 Thanksgivings at our house.
That's
like
awesome.
he had his own bed in our house. Like he's my best friend, but he's such a carefree person.
Yeah.
That like he takes stress off of me when I talk to him,
Right.
when I'm around him. So like there were so many times just being in our dorm room together, like he made me feel better. Then you got guys like my buddy Jenkins. I call him Drinkins.
Jenkins.
His name's Bailey Jenkins, but I call him Drinkins because he used to drink a lot.
That's one way to deal with stress.
Yeah, but he is. There is no other way to put it besides he is a butthole. I'd say what I could say,
Yeah.
but I don't like my kids to see there's something. He's a
Right,
butthole.
right.
Straight shooter. Tells me how it is. Hardly feels bad, but he gets it.
Right.
He's very intelligent. He gets it.
Sure.
So there's sometimes I'll just have a conversation with him, and he'll just kind of snap me out of it. Like he'll kind of just almost be like, "Shut up! Like, how about you look at the good stuff?" It's a
Right.
very aggressive way of helping.
Sometimes you need that.
Well,
dude.
yeah, he is.
Sometimes you need
There's sometimes, but when I know I need that, that's when I go to him. But
Yeah.
when I know I need someone to talk, I go to Mac. And then you got people like my girl. Last week when I didn't feel well, she wanted to know like, what can I do? Nothing. I told you, nothing. I said, you just be you. Like what I love about you, like that's what keeps me good.
Yeah.
Like just literally just
The
sitting.
constant.
Yeah,
the consistency.
Just even her like putting a hand on my shoulder. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
I'm like, oh man. Like
Yeah.
just even feeling that, just that's all it takes. Grab my
Yeah.
hand. I'm like, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like to let people know that because I don't want them to. Then it becomes a job.
Right.
And I don't want that to ever happen.
Oh, don't upset Theran, that
Yes,
kind of
and I'm
stuff.
like, no, treat me normal.
Yeah.
Treat me normal. And like I said, I'm high functioning. And the other thing I suffer from, I don't say it like that. I have ADHD and OCD. Problem with that is they're so.
How do you get?
Yep.
That's like both directions.
Yep. It's so that's that imbalance I have. So they're used to. It's not funny. It's funny now. But my dad used to text me, be like, "Are you okay?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." He'd be like, "Oh, well, I came home and all the dirty dishes were on the counter, and there's a sink full of soap water, but none of them are cleaned. And then in the living room, there's a broom, and it's got all the dirt swept up, but it's not picked up. And then the washer machine has a load in it, but nothing is folded. Your computer's up, and there's half a document typed.
Are these signs of ADHD?
These are all things that I've started on the dishes, and I've
Not me, her.
I've started on the dishes." And then I walk into the living room or something.
See
and
something
I
else.
see it, boom, and then I go and I see the laundry. Okay, I need to fix the laundry.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I go by my computer. Oh, I have to type this up real quick for the
Yeah.
company, and then they're also. I'm not OCD in the sense of like this glass has to be in the middle of this coaster.
Right. I gotta touch it 5 times.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
when I'm super worked up, then I need everything to be right. But I'm more perfectionist in the if I'm meal prepping for a fight camp and I have as much as 0.05 ounces too much of meat, I will sliver until it is perfect because I know this is what I need. Just like I told you, I wean myself
Seems
into.
helpful in that sense.
It is, but man, it
Could
adds
be.
so much stress. There are guys that they'll eat whatever they want, and
Yeah.
it makes me so mad because I'm like, dude,
I can't do that.
all my stuff. I don't mean to sound like a girl or anything, but like everything I eat goes here.
Yeah.
My legs and arms stay pretty lean 24/7.
Right.
My midsection takes it, but it's because of my lack of serotonin. It's because of that. That's stress
Digestive.
weight.
Oh, I see.
All my body puts it right there because of my lack. Like, so these are things I've studied.
Yeah.
And so that, like, these guys will sit here and eat, like, nothing bothers me more, and watch them eat, and I'm like, I'm over here measuring. I put this extra stress because I'm like,
You see this? This is half an ounce.
this is half an ounce. I have to throw it away, And it's like, so I'm more OCD in the fact of, I want my camps to go great. I want my hunts to go good.
Sure.
I cannot tell you, and you know how it is with camera work. How many times
Yeah.
I'll sit there and make an episode and I'm like, I hate it. It's just stupid. And my dad would be like, that looks amazing.
That's what you have to think about. I know the people that don't know, and you're like, no one's gonna know.
He'll be sitting there behind me. He's like videoing. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Don't show that to people. Yeah. And he's like, I've already sent it to 6 people, and they think it's great.
Yeah, no joke.
And I'm like, oh my God, I hate that.
Yeah.
And it could be just as much as, my audio is just like a 10th off.
Right.
I don't like where it matches up.
Yeah.
And so that's where, but like I said, it's that constant up and down, and that creates. But the main portion of that's just kind of minute. I'll survive with that. Sure. I'll just constantly be like, my girlfriend hates it when we're sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm constantly moving around.
Right.
She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I need to do something.
Right.
I need to go do something. I can't tell you how many times I'll just get up and go run 3 miles.
Really?
Yeah, just because I know I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of this.
Just have
energy.
so much pent up energy.
Yep. And I can't stop moving. I'm a big leg bumper. I move my leg a lot. I get in trouble for shaking my leg in the car. I'll do it while I'm driving. Like, I just constantly got to be moving. I mean, it's nothing for me at work with the boys and girls, because what I do is I bounce around my whole entire building.
Oh, yeah. All those kids have so much energy that you probably just fit right along with them.
Yeah, I'm mainly a principal. And they're so innocent. I love it. Some of them are turds. They know who they are. But I'm basically a principal in that stance of like, I'm constantly cruising. It's nothing for me to put 4 or 5 miles on my watch. Yeah. I mean, I'm punching 20,000 steps out a day.
Wow.
And I love it.
Wow.
Love it. Like I love the fact that I'm just constantly moving there.
Yeah.
Right now it's slowed down because I don't have kids, which is miserable. Like, you can't punch.
What do you do?
Yeah, it's miserable for me.
Chase turkeys.
Oh God, we don't have to bring that up.
Yeah, sorry.
You're trying to make me sad.
Sorry, dude. Just want to remind you got 3 days left.
But. So, like, just that constant, like, movement and getting rid of energy. I think I love that about fighting. Because when I went to Springfield...
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah, well, I went to Springfield. I moved there to train full-time. I lived in Arkansas.
Okay.
Like, a hop, skip away from Ryan. Our driveways are 4 minutes away from each other.
Bentonville? Is it Bentonville?
Bella Vista.
Bella Vista.
And, excuse me. And so I did a whole bunch of training with Ryan. But fighting's not as big in Northwest Arkansas. And, it's kind of that big city where it's like... To get across town to another gym, you're talking a good with traffic. It's miserable.
Minutes, yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I'm moving to Springfield. And he's like, really? I'm like, yep. I called my mom and dad. I said, I'm moving to Springfield. They said, when? I said, tomorrow. My bags are packed. Packed everything up and left. Text Brad Montgomery. Said, care if I join the team? He said, love to have you. Nice. Move in with my sister for a while. Start working a little bit of construction and home stuff there. And so my schedule every day was 3 miles in the morning, go to CrossFit, go work construction for 6 to 7 hours. Come home, if I have time, a mile or two, go train from 7 to 9.
What time are you waking up?
6, 5:30 every day. And I mean, I had it down to a science. And I loved that because I was just, there were nights I'd go lay in bed and I was just like hurt so bad. You
could actually sleep.
I was so addicted to it. The pain of just like, I feel so miserable.
It's so strange.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. You got to be messed up.
But if that works, if that's what you got to do.
It kept me busy. The only problem is I was by myself a lot. A lot. My sister lived like 10 minutes from me, and I still didn't even go over and see them and my niece and nephew because I was so focused. And that I think that was tough for me to... I didn't have friends there really.
New place.
Yeah, my roommates that I did live with are my friends, but we had such contradicting schedules. We hardly ever saw each other. Probably legitimately saw each other for 25 minutes a day, and that was at night when we were all there. And one of my roommates is leaving because he works for the hospital. And
so he's going into shift.
He's going into his midnight shift. Yeah, so it was like I think that all played a role. I was by myself a ton, and that's kind of wasn't great. But like now I have to find that happy medium of trying because they told me when I got back into fighting, they told me, they were like, the second you get addicted like that again, we're cutting it. Like even Ryan said that.
Cutting what?
Cutting fighting. I'm done fighting. They won't let me fight.
If I get
as addicted into it as I was.
Why?
Because
it seems healthy. It's not healthy.
No, because it sounds like it. Yeah, it sounds, but I get so sucked into this world. Yeah. I just leave everyone out.
Oh,
and then
you neglect things.
Yep, and then cutting weight just is not good.
Yeah.
When you're struggling like that. So we made a deal. So now I take like a day off.
You need to be more balanced. I take an hour off.
Yeah, right. But
balance is important.
Super, super important. Yeah. I would never like want anybody to go through with this. Like.
Right.
Like the way I'm going about it, I said if I go professional and that's my only only income, like that's my only job, then I can get back to that point. But right now, I've got fighting, the Boys and Girls Club, Midwest Maniac Outdoors. I just started another business called All Access Recruiting. Me and a few partners. It's baseball specific right now. I'm basically gonna make it to where college coaches will be able to find kids in our database ASAP, 24/7 for as cheap as possible. I'll have video of them.
Nice.
Video of them in cages, on mounds, in-game video of them, things of that. Every possible thing that a coach will need, I will have together. And so we're starting that. I just kind of got it up and fully running and official this week. And I should have a product by May. I won't go into too much detail about that until it's ready.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I have all these other things. So I'm like trying to help me, keep
spread
that
some energy out.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't work like that, man. I'm
yeah.
up at 4 a.m. chasing turkeys, going and training, going to work, and then coming home, trying to film some baseball, trying to make episodes for the Midwest Maniac Outdoors.
Right.
And it's just like,
it's good to stay busy though, like that, because it keeps your minds off stuff. But then again, sometimes you can get too busy, and it's like, man, I really do need to address that thing that's up there.
I need like a manager to be like, stop.
Dude, how nice would that be? Like a professional coach or something. I've always thought that, and then I'm like, well, it's you. You're the coach. Like, you can tell yourself to do these things.
Yeah.
Like, man, I wish I had someone to tell me I should write this long. I should have lunch at this time. It's like, it's you, dude.
Yeah.
Tell yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's easier if someone else does it because it's like disembodied, and it's like, oh yeah, you're the alpha telling me. And it's like, it's you.
Yeah.
It's just harder to do that.
It really
self-discipline.
It is super hard, especially because I don't like failure to me isn't necessarily scary. It's more of like failure to other people in that sense. Like I'm a perfectionist in my own sense.
I see.
I'm like the most laid back, totally understanding person. If someone else feels, I'm like, dude, it's cool. It's fine. But like for me, I'm like, dude, you couldn't run 3 miles in under 22 minutes. Like, are you kidding me?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Right, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like
a lot of people do that though. Yeah. Really hard on themselves. And then let other people get by.
Yeah, so. I hate my out of camp body. Because I feel like as a fighter, I should be 6-pack, 24. I should look the part.
Yeah.
And it's like right now, like I'm heavier than what I would, not really.
Right.
But I don't have my full 6-pack and everything in, and I'm like, man, you chump. Like you gotta stay ready.
But it's like unobtainable thresholds, right? Like you can't just walk around. Like bodybuilders, like they just peak and then they go back. You can't keep that, right?
Yeah, there's some guys. Well, I think you can. I think you can keep it pretty good. But
I guess fighting's different than bodybuilding.
Well, yeah, but when that's your job.
Yeah.
When that's your job, okay, that's gonna be pretty easy knowing I have to. But when I'm doing all this other stuff, and
exactly,
and I'm not able to work out because I get home too late or something, then it's like, I'm just like, nah, that's an excuse.
Yeah.
Like get up earlier and go run.
Right.
So I mean, like I was up at 6 this morning for no reason. There was really no.
What were you doing?
Nothing. There's no reason. And then I heard some turkeys behind my house, so I threw in my camo and tried to go. I messed with them a little bit, but they were on the neighboring property, and I was like, I gotta go to work. So I was like, I'm not gonna wait them out. I told my dad, I said, hey, those birds will probably be here by about 10 o'clock.
He's like, thanks.
Yeah. So there you go, Dad. So,
yeah, I'll take a guide tip after that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's whatever. Half that breast is mine.
Yeah,
Here's a bird.
Send it over.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. A manager would definitely.
It would be nice. Super. It's like a personal chef. Like if I had a personal chef, I'd eat clean all the time.
Yeah.
Just cook clean, bitch.
Yeah, right.
That's what I tell myself.
It sounds like a sad excuse. And then you got my girlfriend over here making like some banana cake, and I've ate half of it.
Hell yeah!
I've ate half of it in like 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, but your metabolism probably just toasts it off.
I hope. I hope.
So besides like spreading out the energy and the focus, like what else do you do to kind of manage the depression and the mental health issues that you're carrying?
I try to stay that busy, but that, like I said, that's a fine line for me, because if I get too busy, that gets me too worked up.
Right.
But I surrounded myself with just good people. Like I said, I have a very tight circle. I'm acquaintances with a lot of people, but I'm friends with a small group of people. Right. And I think very much like building that, like who you're around, who you go into business with. Like I said, I'm very, very specific about that. I don't have, like, for instance, Midwest Maniac Outdoors has one other field staff member, aside from my dad and I, and he has experience in this field. you know, so it's like I've had a million people think that just because we're friends, they're automatically staff. I'm like, it's not how that works, guy.
Right.
Like, unless do you know how to work a camera? Do you know how to do all this? You know, so I'm very specific on who I surround myself. This baseball business I went into, I'm going into with a very veteran businessman in this specific region. Ryan gets me. Yeah. Ryan doesn't critique me. Ryan lets me fight how I feel comfortable, and he works off of me. So I go with Ryan. That doesn't add extra stress. Ryan doesn't add extra stress to me because we work together. So I just really, really focus on surrounding myself with good people. And like I said earlier, my girlfriend, you know, just literally the simple touch of her hand makes me feel better. Like if she was a stressful person, like I probably wouldn't be dating her.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, you know, I like she
unnecessary stress.
She has taught me how to relax, like tenfold, and she doesn't even know it. Like you would have caught me dead if I had watched a Netflix series. I used to think that's ridiculous when people would binge watch Netflix series. Here I am.
What are you watching?
Bloodline right now.
Okay,
it's not bad. I just finished it. I just got into Ozarks.
Okay,
finished that in about a week.
Damn.
Yeah, terrible. I was so sad when I was like, I don't want to watch the last episode.
Right, here it goes.
It's gonna be over.
Yeah.
But you know, those are things I would have never done. To me, I'd have been like,
I gotta be productive.
I gotta be doing something. Gotta go run in Springfield, but I didn't like in Springfield in Arkansas. I didn't have anyone. I didn't have anyone. I was by myself. Like I lived in a really big house in Arkansas. It was a great like a family friend thing. I lived in this huge house with all these things by myself.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and then my neighbors are all like 105 years old in Bella Vista. Like I lived on a golf course.
So it's quiet.
Which can't be good. Which is not good all the time.
Yeah, right.
And so it's like I just try to keep the people I'm with very level. My family's great. My niece and nephew are like they're my favorite people. Like if I have a chance to hang out with them while I'm feeling antsy, they're who I hang out with. Because I love kids. They're innocent, like we said earlier.
Right.
They're super innocent. They don't know anything. Like I honestly, kids roast me all the time at work. Yeah. And I laugh. I mean, it really is funny because I know they kind of mean it. Some of them really mean it.
Right. Like, geez.
Yeah, I'm like, gosh. But for the most part, they're just innocent. I love the truth. Like one time I got my hair cut, and I show up to work.
That's what it is.
I show up to work, and like the third little girl that walks through the door, I always go greet my kids at the door, and she's like, "Did you get a haircut?" I said, "I did." She goes, "It looks terrible." I said, "Go inside, go inside."
It's the truth, you know.
But I did, and that next time my barber was like, "Do you like it?" I said, "Well," I told him that. And I was like, "So I'll find out. I'll find out real quick if this is a bad haircut. And I'll let you know."
I wonder if that's like, a source of extra stress that adults put on ourselves while we play all these stupid games of like, you walk in the door and it's like, dude, your hair, you think it, but then you just kind of do that little white lie of like, oh, it looks great.
Looks great, yeah.
But there's something about people know. People know it's like something's off.
Yeah.
That answer wasn't, it's the vibe thing.
You can sense it.
Yeah,
you can sense it 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about them kids because they're just like, oh.
But can we do that? Can we tell people the truth?
I don't see why not.
I think it'd just be an adjustment period.
It would be a very big adjustment period.
It'd be like a year of everyone being super
it might be
pissed.
longer than a year. Yeah.
A lifetime.
You'd have everybody falling into little safe spots they got and stuff like that. They'd
right.
be like, oh my God, he said he didn't like my piercing.
Can't handle the truth. Is that one of the most true lines ever?
I'm like, come on. And I think that's such a good thing. My parents really didn't BS me growing up. They really never BS'd any of us. Them always like hyped us up maybe for sports occasionally or something like that, but they always told the truth. The best thing my parents ever did is they were my parents and not my friends.
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends that their parents were friends and not parents. My parents so there was always this like misconception that my parents were like crazy strict in high school, that like they were basically the ones that made me like a fuddy-duddy because I didn't drink until I was pert near 21. Like never even tasted it. And my parents never told me I couldn't drink. They never once were like, you better not drink or we're killing you. They were like,
that's what my parents told me.
they were like, dude, it's not, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
They never once told me I couldn't go to a party. They were like, but you shouldn't do it.
Right.
So they gave me that. They were kind of like, touch the fire, see if it's hot.
Here's the autonomy.
Yeah. And so when I got to college, it wasn't a big deal for me because I was like, I've had this option.
Right.
You see all these parents that are like so strict or so not strict that A, their kid's an alcoholic going into their freshman year, or B, they let loose at a university and there's no boundaries.
Right.
And I think that's what my parents did such a good job with for me is just never BSing me. They were like, yeah, You know, we can't stop you.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to grow up. You're gonna go to your friend's house and stay the night. Now, what you do is what you do.
Right.
Just know, like, there will be consequences, but like, we're not telling you no.
Right.
Which I think that is really like the best thing. So
because if they tell you no, is it like a rebellious thing?
It's like I want to do it.
Right.
You're just like you tell me I
don't
can't
cross this line.
Yeah, you tell me. I specifically remember this one time I was down in this gym in Arkansas, and there's this dude comes in just muscled out, just a meathead. But he wasn't like a just newcomer. Like he had jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And there were several people that like just kind of timid. Yeah. You know how jiu-jitsu people are? They're so much nicer, and sometimes they don't want to like.
Right.
Just hippies.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't roll with him. Like, he's hardcore. Like, he doesn't know how to go slow.
Oh.
Who was the first person I picked?
Him. Meathead.
Yeah, I said, okay, you're gonna tell me don't do that?
Right.
I'm gonna go slap this guy around.
Right.
And I ended up tapping him. We rolled 3 rounds, and I tapped him 2-1. And I remember the first time I tapped him, it was like he looked at me and was like, "Ice on."
Yeah.
And we were going at it for the second round. He ends up getting me.
That makes me want to roll.
I know he ended up getting me in some like funky arm bar that I don't think, because he was like 195 pounds and I was like 160.
Okay.
I don't think if we were the same size it would have worked, but he was so freaking strong.
Oh, I bet.
I thought he was gonna break my arm, and I was like, okay.
Oh, arm bars aren't something to mess around
but
with.
But it wasn't like sunk very well. Like it didn't make sense the way he had it, but he was so strong. I was like, he's gonna snap it. He just had a point close to my elbow and was pulling so hard on it. I just tapped.
Dude.
And then I just
Smart move.
I beat him with that technique after.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I'll roll you again. And we can't tie, you know.
Right.
God forbid that.
Right.
Let's go best of 3.
Yeah.
But but those people straight up telling me, don't roll with him. I was like, yep, let's roll.
It's something deep down. I don't know if it's American. I think it's just human. I think it's just human based. But like, I don't know why I'm thinking about. Do you know Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson.
Dude, I'm going to tell you all about Jordan Peterson.
Let's hear
dude. He's amazing, but he's a Canadian professor. He got really famous because he stood up against C-16, a bill. It's called Bill C-16, and it was basically Canada was going to say, make it illegal to not address people by their chosen gender pronoun.
Like illegal, like...
Like you have to address me by Zer, Z, Zom, whatever I choose.
How the hell am I supposed to know?
Dude.
Do you wear a name tag?
Dude, I don't know. It's crazy. That's just how he got started, right? And but then it turns out he like recorded all of his lectures at Harvard. Super deep guy. In fact, you're a psychologist guy. You would love him. But where was I going? Oh, he's talking about he breaks down The Lion King on YouTube, like frame by frame, breaks it down, and he talks about the part where Mufasa's like, "Don't go into the Shadowlands." Where does Simba go? Goes straight to the Shadowlands. But the point of Jordan Peterson talking about that is like, you have to go to the Shadowlands, and in that sort of narrative, like you have to go where you're not supposed to go, type thing.
To learn.
Yeah.
Experience is key.
Mm-hmm. And that goes into the Jungian shadow and whatnot. You know, you have to embrace the darkness to know the light. You know, I think it says, he who looks outward awaken. No. I'm always terrible with quotes. Something like, he who looks outward is wise. He who looks inward awakens. Something like that. Mm-hmm. That's all Jung stuff. But anyway, it makes me think of that.
Yeah.
Like the line, here's the line, like humans, like we just have to cross it.
You have to. I mean, come on, think about it. That's what we're based off of, you know.
Right.
We wouldn't be on this continent. We wouldn't be in America if someone wouldn't have been like, "I'm gonna get in this boat and sail that way."
Right.
You know.
Right.
And it's like someone's gotta have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
And so like that, just like
that's our ancestors.
That's how we got here.
Yeah.
The Indians. I mean, come on. Which one of them said, "Hey, I'm gonna take this stick and I'm gonna tie a string to both ends,
right,
and I'm gonna kill a 2,000-pound buffalo."
Yeah.
Someone had to try it.
5-inch skin.
Yeah.
And fur.
Someone had to try it. You know, Steve Ranella, meat eater.
Oh, love him.
Love him. Did you see his post yesterday or the day before? He said he went on for a run. He said like immediately, like his right leg or something, he felt shin splints.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, he had this realization. He's like, dude, where did we fall off? Our ancestors used to chase buffalo 20 miles till they exhausted and then kill them.
Right.
With spears.
Right.
Like, where did we fall off?
When we got these
Bingo,
cool toys.
We got all this stuff.
No, I mean, these chairs are freaking awesome. I mean, we got climate control. We can control our climate. Like, that blows my mind. We want to go to the moon. We want to go to Mars and stuff. And it's like, we on Earth have climate-controlled facilities that we call them houses, but literally you can change how humid it is, how cold, how hot, how much light. You want artificial light? We could stay up all night. There would be no sun out. There'd be no light outside, but we can have, it can be as bright as you want in here.
Yeah.
It's nuts. That's where we fell off.
Right. And like, just like, you know, instead of having to go out and hunt those buffaloes, why would I go hunt that buffalo when the dude down the road has 500 head of cattle?
Right.
Ready, just put a bullet right in their forehead and send them off.
And not only that, like what cut you want? You want ribeye? You want filet? You want ground?
How do you want
this?
You want me to marinate it too? You want me to like? I'll bring it to you.
By the way, if you come to my restaurant, I'll cook it for you.
Yeah.
Like you sit there. There you go. That easy.
Yeah, that's what.
Which is awesome.
That's when I really started getting like training hard.
Yeah.
I started studying just old, like we were built. So everyone has this misconception. I think this is kind of sciencey and more of a performance, because I'm a certified personal trainer through International Sports Science Association.
Okay.
And so I got really into movements, and everyone is so fixated. Like sprinting is good. Mm-hmm. If you're fast, you're probably strong, because that's a whole bunch of muscle and output.
Right.
And I got into we used to hunt saber-toothed tigers.
Oh.
We used to chase beasts and kill them. Mm-hmm. And that's when I really I was never really a runner. Mm-hmm. I actually had never ran with someone really, unless it was a team thing, and I had this big anxiety about running with people. Really? Because I never knew. I never timed myself. I never did anything. I had this super subconscious, like in the back of my head, not to do that. And then I start studying all this, and this is right around my second fight when Ryan and I got in, and I'm studying, and I'm like, dude, these guys used to chase saber-tooths.
Oh yeah.
Like what makes, like if they can do that, I was like, I can run. I can run a couple miles.
Yeah.
Fast forward like a couple weeks, I fight. Like the next week or something is the Joplin 5K. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I go run the 5K. I take like 7th overall.
Nice.
And win my division. And I'm like, whoa.
Excuse me?
I look like a dork, first off. I'm the only person there that's by myself. I look like such a dork. I'm sitting under an oak tree by myself on my butt. Everyone is like matching tank top with their friend. They have some theme. They got running shorts on. I'm wearing a pair of like basketball Nike shorts. Right. I had the night before I went and bought like some calf sleeves that made me look cooler.
Okay.
I'm wearing a pair of Nikes that were probably 4 or 5 years old. I have
not even running shoes.
Yeah, no. Everybody's got like nice headbuds. I've got these like crappy like corded ones.
Right.
And so I get up there, and that subconscious, I'm like, they're like, they got the markers. You know, if you're a 7 minute, 7.5, I go all the way back to 9.5 minutes, because I'm like, I don't know how fast they run.
Yeah, right. I'll just start here.
And
how far is a 5K?
3.1 miles or
3.1.
something like that.
Yeah,
right around there. And
9 minutes for 3 miles?
No.
9 minutes a mile
per mile. Gotcha. Yeah, that's the pace.
Holy.
Yeah, no, God, sorry. That's insane. And I just remember sitting and I'm like, man, I don't know. I was like, I'm like back in the back with like these middle-aged moms and stuff, and I'm just like,
what's up, ladies?
I'm like, am I like this? I'm like, but I don't want to be the guy that goes up front. And I remember there's this little meathead at the front, rips his shirt off, like slaps his sticker on. I mean, this is a guy you'd see like pumping out like 315 on bench. Yeah. He's shorter than me. He's probably 210 pounds. I mean, stacked. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm like, dude,
it's heavy for a runner.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm like, dude, you need to go there. He's like jumping up and down, slapping his legs. My first thought, I said, I'm beating him. I said, that's all I know. I will die on this course, but I'm beating him.
That was the challenge.
That was it. We take off, and we're running. I passed that dude in like a mile, because I'm like, he's an idiot. He's like,
oh yeah.
Oh, he clearly is not.
How much energy do those muscles take up?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're not a runner. I can look at you and say you're a very like fast twitch muscle fiber guy.
Right.
And then I just start looking at people, and I'm looking at people, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him. And then before I know it, I'm like, there's like no one in front of me. And then I look, and there's a dude. I kid you not, had to be 78 years old. And
cooking?
We're past 2 miles.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, whoa. All respect, old man, but you're not beating me.
Right.
No. I pass him. What's in front of me? Like a 13-year-old kid. He's decked out. Like you can tell he runs.
Right. Yeah.
He's probably like a U-triple-A
runner. Right.
Yeah. And he's decked out. And I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not losing to this little turd. Right. Like, come on. And so I beat him, and then that's when we hit that mile stretch, and that's why I'm just like, whoa, I'm doing this.
You felt good?
Yeah. And she's like my boss. She's like my second mom.
Yeah.
Sarah. She's like literally just like family to me. She participates in them a lot. And like I remember passing her at the turning point, and she was like, whoa, where? She's like, why are you up there? Because I was like, I don't know how far I run faster. Like I said, I don't time myself.
Right.
And then I just hit that stretch, and this just shows you how much I don't know what I'm doing. I cross the finish line and like stand there.
What are you supposed to do?
So, see, I stand there and I'm like, there's no one for me to celebrate with.
Yeah.
I'm by myself.
Right.
Literally not one person that I know is waiting or they're still running.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there. Yeah, a literal probably 7-8 minutes goes by. And then I notice like everyone's like flowing into this like path. And they have like all these like recovery, like drinks, foods.
I got you, right.
And like they have beer tabs. And like I was like, okay, first off, I don't know. I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
Beer is the nastiest thing on the face of the earth.
I got some beer for you then. Some really good beer.
Dude,
My brother brews.
That'd be impressive if I like it. Oh, I hate it.
Really?
Oh, smelling it makes me puke. So I'm like, they give me my 2 beer tabs. I'm like,
who wants these?
Yeah, I gave them away.
I'm running with you.
Yeah, I gave them away. And still, I go stand there, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You just got to go give your time, don't you? Or whatever.
Well, they already recorded my time
okay.
when I crossed. I'm still standing there. And then Sarah finally comes through, and I'm like, I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, like, so we just done? And she's like, no, you like go over there, you can get your time and like your little piece of sticker or whatever.
Right.
And I go over there, and I'm like, yeah, Theran Crouch, here's my number. And the guy's like, oh, congrats, man. And I'm like, I'm assuming like maybe like had a note that I'm a first time runner.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, thanks. He's like, way to go, you took first in your division.
Huh?
And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, you took first in 20 through 25. And I was like, whoa. And here I am once again by myself.
Right.
I have
What
some.
do I do?
I have some really old lady come take a picture of me on this podium.
By
so I can
yourself?
send it. Yep, I'm by myself. I am by myself, and I think I had have like 60 or 70 people in my division.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but like I said, I had never done it. But to get back, like all that was purely based off of my mindset of. We used to chase Sabretooth. That was my thing.
Right.
Like before that, I'm like, dude, I can last this fight.
Right.
Like I can last these rounds. We literally chase Sabretooths.
Right.
Like we were built to be machines.
Right.
You know, we were built to hunt animals, to eat animals, to survive. We were built like we're so soft now. You know,
So easy to survive.
So easy
That's why
to
we're worried
survive.
about gender pronouns. That's
Yeah,
why we're
right.
worried about all this bullshit. Which is funny because as soon as COVID kicked in, it was like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, why are all the
anyone-
organic veggies on the counter? Everyone bought the GMO veggies
Yeah.
because they're cheaper.
dude, I stopped even looking into that stuff because
Yeah.
there's so many different things now. I'm like, what even means what now?
Right.
I'm like, it's like
New research states. It's
Yeah.
like, who's doing this?
Yeah, that's why I want to be like, dude, I want to know, like I said, I want to know why. Like, don't
Yeah.
tell me it's non-GMO, dairy, grass-fed. This had its belly rubbed and hair did every week.
Right.
Like,
It's
dude,
like, this is rice.
yeah.
Why is
why are you telling me all
Yeah,
this stupid
right,
stuff?
right.
But yeah, that's when I purely ran that 5K off of just like, I can do. I'm not gonna die.
Right.
And then like once I got to a certain point, I was like, this is easy.
Yeah.
This is so easy to run right now. And that's when I just really, really got in run. Then I was like running, like 7 miles a day.
Wow.
Yeah, like I was heavy on top of training.
Do you ever wear like weighted vests and stuff?
I've been looking for weighted vests.
Yeah.
You know, like they just get expensive sometimes, and I
Yeah.
don't want to buy a rink-a-dink one. It's gonna
Right.
just rub me raw. I've been looking one recently.
Yeah.
But just can't find one. Of course, you're like On It and all them. They're freaking.
Oh, but they're so expensive.
I know, and COVID hit, and they're like
Yeah.
so backed up because like I
all
saw
sold
your
out.
maces and stuff. I've looked into
Yeah.
those. I've been wanting to get one.
The entire website's sold out.
Yeah.
I tweeted at him the other day. I said, when is your website going to be available? Because I said I got all these points, obviously, to spend on new stuff, and I can't buy anything.
Yeah. So funny story. That's actually you made a video of you lifting.
Oh,
And
the
you had that
swings?
gorilla mace and all
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So I had saw you before that on there, and I actually contemplated on messaging you about photography and videography because I wanted to like I said, I'm so green to that.
Yeah.
I'm not a techie guy. I was actually like, this is like months ago.
Oh yeah, this was pre-COVID. This is quite a while.
And I was gonna message you actually before all this. I had saw you post about SciFi and Friends before. Like I'd seen that before, but I didn't know about the videography. So I was gonna just message you randomly and be like, "Hey man, like,
should have, dude."
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just pushed out, and so that's funny. But I remember watching that video,
Yeah.
and then I talked to my buddy Brian Griniger, Eddie Black. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my
So
boy.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and he
because
told
he's friends with Ryan too, right?
he is not. No.
Okay.
We went to school together.
So when I put out Ryan's podcast, it was crazy how many people are connected to him. Like Tim now
it's
and
ridiculous.
Eddie Black and I mean it was just like, whoa, how are you? It brought my world very close very quickly.
Yeah, everyone knows Ryan. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Both.
Yeah, I guess it depends on which Ryan you know. Do you know Dad Ryan or do you know Young Ryan?
Right.
'Cause if you know Young Ryan,
I got both stories.
Yeah, you're probably looking to beat him up or something.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so like I remember looking into all your stuff, and I was like, man, because I got to learn. I want to learn. I would like to ideally be able to hunt. Obviously, like I told you beforehand, I do a lot of the filming. I do almost all the filming.
Right, which is tremendously difficult.
Yes, and so like that's
hunting is hard as enough,
right?
And then now it's like hold a camera.
Let me hold this camera, yeah. And I hate telling people like, yeah, I didn't kill it because of the camera.
It's a true thing, though.
But it's real.
Yeah.
And it's like you can sit there and you can tell me all you want, like, oh, you should have shot it. But it's like, but then what's the point of me doing all this?
You understand how tags work, dude?
Yeah.
You know, like I only get to do one time.
Yeah, I don't get to redo this.
It's not like.
Okay, I go duck hunting. Okay.
A little different.
Okay, cool. I can shoot freaking 600 ducks in a season.
Right.
You know, that's no problem.
I'll get some footage of ducks.
Yeah, that's not a big deal, but it's like, dude, I only get one chance at this.
Yeah.
I get 2 tags. And I was actually going to buy tags for, I was so mad at myself. I was going to buy tags for Kansas for turkey season.
And they shut down.
Well, I was going to buy it before they shut down, but I told my dad, he was like, are you going to buy them? And I was like, man, I don't want to buy them and then them shut down. And then they shut down, and they're like, but if you have a tag beforehand, we'll honor it.
Yeah.
And I was so mad at myself, dude. Not that I don't even know if I know how to hunt turkeys anymore. Right. You know, so it might have been, it's probably good.
You either kill or learn.
But see, that's my thing. I've been killing turkeys since I was 6, 7.
They just not coming around or what?
No, it's
the video, partly.
Video.
Yeah.
One day the creek was too high. I couldn't cross it to get to my birds I had roosted. Another day, a coyote I have it on video, ran my bird off. Oh. It was coming into me, ran my bird off.
Did you shoot it?
No, that coyote was about as bad a hunter as I am. He couldn't even find. We squealed to him, and he ends up taking the weirdest path and goes around us and walks back to still looking for us. So I guess he's as bad a hunter as I am.
Yeah.
And just small, that one I told you before. He came up behind me, and I couldn't get the camera on him. I'm not going to turn around and shoot him if I don't have the camera on him. And so just a whole bunch of small things are just being hung up on other people's land.
Yeah.
And don't
Which is pretty typical hunting scenarios, you know.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm not mad about the natural ones as much as I am the camera ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, why?
That one's
I'm like, why
hard
did I
to swallow.
Yeah, why did I start this business?
Yeah.
And but like, I don't know. There's some people that I'm like, I don't like sharing hunting land. I only like sharing hunting land if we're on the same page. If we're on the same page, let's do it.
Yeah.
But if you're just a rink-a-dink, I have nothing against the fair weather hunter. I have nothing against the orange. Okay, I guess I do. I'm rolling my eyes. They make me mad. The Orange Army, don't disrespect. So we had on our lease, I had 3 bucks, all 4 bucks, 3 8 points and a 10, and all the 8 points were probably going to run around 115, 120. Definite shooters for that area, and the 10 point probably would push 135. Every single day between 9 and 10 o'clock during the full moon phase, we're passing at the top of one of our leases.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, they're smoked.
Yeah.
Smoked. This guy ends up, I guess he got permission somehow. He's an idiot. He went in
out there.
He went in the wrong way. It was all wrong. I have him on trail cam. So this parcel is actually built a lot like this wood. It is 101 yards wide.
Okay.
And 800 yards long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's almost like a sendero, like in Texas. It's just a strip. Huh. But, I mean, we were averaging. So I track all my deer on Excel sheets. My number. Yep, I track my numbers, my mature does, my yearlings.
Tracking population?
When I seen them. Yep. Okay. I'm tracking what do I have here, especially new. This lease is the first year we've hunted this lease. Okay. And on average, we were seeing 15 deer a day. Oh, wow. On this is, I think it's 11 acres is what it is. Tiny. I mean, that's tiny.
A lot for 11 acres.
15 a day, and we were seeing 10 to 12 turkey a day. Oh. Yeah. So we think we hit the gold mine.
Yeah.
And this idiot parks up at the top, walks the whole length of it. I guess the person that was out there heard him when he was out there, shot 7 times. And you see him on our trail cams, has a rope over his shoulder, dragging this doe. And you know just as well as I do, if there's
scenting everything,
he's in blue jeans and a shirt.
So there's no scent control.
Nothing. Listen, if you're not wearing camouflage, you're not controlling your scent. Right. Drags this doe all the way up.
Through the property.
Walks back down, drags another doe all the way back up. And about 15 minutes later, I had 2 deer walk by, and they stayed for like 3 minutes smelling his trail.
Right.
They weren't eating or anything or doing. They stayed and were just literally going up and down smelling his trail on my trail camera. And I'm like, and those bucks, never seen them again.
Yeah, they're out.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
They smelt the death trail.
And especially when...
Double death trail.
I would say probably... I'd say probably roughly the next 3/4 of a mile over. I don't think it's hunted, and it's timber. So why come hang out at mine that smells like death when you got that much
nice safe forest?
Yeah, hills, and I'm just like, dude.
That was this year?
That was this year.
Oh my god.
Yep. So I didn't harvest a buck this year because everything I had. That was twice somebody came in. The other one was a guy. We just weren't on the same page.
Yeah.
Hopefully we are this next season.
Yeah.
He just kind of, they don't. And like I said, I want everyone to be comfortable hunting, but at the same time, it's like there's a way to go about it.
Right.
Like you don't go into jiu-jitsu and not shower for 6 days.
Right.
That's just disrespectful.
Exactly.
Don't come into my hunting area and screw that up after I've worked. My dad and I put how many hours on a tractor.
I don't think people understand that. They just see like, I don't know if hunting shows have done it or what, but they're just like, oh, you go in, bang, and I got a deer. But it's like, dude, the scouting and the land management and all that. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of time for a successful hunt.
Yes. And like the only way you're going to avoid that is if you go to a ranch. You go to some huge ranch where they've got 3 or 4 dudes that do that year round.
How much you're paying
$5,000 for anything over 140.
Easy.
And that's that in itself still, like, there's rules to that.
Yeah.
They would kick you in the face if you was walking around in tennis shoes out in their woods. And it's just like, I don't walk into your work and I don't do that. And I know I use that as a loose term because we're only 2 years old. So we're still in the infancy stage of business to where everything we make goes back into the business automatically.
Right, sure.
We don't, it's not like I make a profit. I guess I make a profit, but I just put it right back into invest. I buy new tripods. I buy new camera arms. Like I want to build this to where eventually I have 4 or 5 staff that I can hand out cameras and not worry.
So Midwest, we kind of talked about it earlier, but Midwest Maniacs, is that going to be a guide service at some point? Or is that your goal?
That'll depend. I would love for that to happen. That'll depend on land.
Okay.
What
are the other options that it could become?
Almost like just a show.
Like a Drury type thing?
Yes.
Okay.
That's kind of why I made it. I got super tired of the same 8 people on the outdoor channel, nothing against the Drury Outdoors. I think they do a good job, but I'm sorry, I got tired of watching you.
Right.
I'm more of a Ted Nugent guy. Watching him do it,
kill it, grill it, slam it, bam it.
Look at this beautiful 6-point. And I'm like
spirit of the nature.
I'm
Dude,
like Ted.
I love Ted.
I'm like Ted. That thing's 1.5 years old.
Oh, but he's so excited.
Loves it. He's excited about every deer.
It could be a giant 200 plus or a spike.
Yeah.
He treats it the same way.
He could care less.
In fact, he told a really cool story one time. I think it was on Joe Rogan's podcast about trophy hunting. Joe asked him about trophy hunting, and he goes, "You want to know what my best trophy is? This is my first buck.
Is it a spike?
It's either a spike or a fork." And he's like, "It's on my wall. It is the biggest, awesomest trophy I have. It's not like the gigantic, red stag from Argentina. It's just this first buck.
Yeah.
It was such a good
I think
story.
I heard him talk about that, and he's like, I took it in the taxidermist and I want to mount this.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
that was
the guy
Rogan.
just looked at me and he's like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets, who is it?
Shocky. I was going to say.
I'm not a Shocky guy.
What?
Nope.
Why?
Because I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep watching him.
Huh.
I really do.
Interesting.
He is someone, if I have a friend who is just getting into hunting. Huge Steve Ranella guy. Okay. He's a big Steve Ranella guy because he's not, guy wears Jordans. His name's Josh. I was actually just saw him at work.
Yeah.
He wears Jordans. He's got an ear pierced. Not a redneck.
Okay.
At all.
Right.
But he loves Steve Ranella because Steve Ranella is educated.
Right.
Steve Ranella's not a redneck. I could care less. I can hang around both. I don't like to think I'm a hybrid.
Yeah.
And so I would think maybe a Shocky would be more of his. I don't know. There's something I want to see you hoop and hollering. I want to see you get excited. When I come up on a deer, I'm fist pumping.
Yeah.
I'm excited on all of them. A doe, I could care less.
Yeah.
And to me, Shocky's an older man. And nothing against him. I think he's great. I really like his daughter.
Yeah.
What's up? You didn't hear that, Katie. Sorry.
She married a hockey player. So
yeah.
You could probably take him, but I can't.
Yeah, no, I think she could probably marry about anybody she wanted to. But yeah, I'm not into Jim Shockey. He lulls me.
He's to me, he's like Father Forrest or something.
Yes.
He'd be the shaman that comes out and he's like, I will teach you the spirit world.
Just like that.
We'll go hunt the elk.
Yes.
And let's call them with our spirit. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
You're my guy.
I would totally go hunt with him, but I
dude.
can't. I'm so high.
What about Uncharted? Did you like Uncharted?
Which one's him?
Uncharted. It's the one Brandlin shot. His son made it.
Is that the one where they go like onto the big like mountain hunts and sheep?
Yeah, all over the world and stuff. Dude, I've how well done was that?
I think from the videographer standpoint, the production of it, I think they do phenomenal.
Is the best hunting show I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It changed my world.
Like Drury to me is pretty basic.
They figured out the algorithm and they just keep producing.
It's the same. Yeah, to me, like it's the same thing. You know, they hunt and like very. To me, they're very choreographed interviews. Almost all interviews have to be choreographed, though. You know, you have
right.
I'm like on the way here. I was thinking about what am I going to say if I get asked this question?
Oh yeah.
You know,
what question?
I don't know. I just literally think I'd like explain myself like 3 times.
Thing,
I'm like, oh, my name's Theran Crouch. Okay, just remember that. Don't mess it up. But you know, they do the same thing when it goes to the interviews. I just feel like it's the same pattern every time.
Yeah.
But like from a like production standpoint, I think anything with Shocky, I think is super super nice.
It's almost an adventure show. It is an adventure
show. It literally
is.
is.
They're hunting, but it's an adventure show.
I almost feel like it's like almost high def too. Like,
they got the red cameras.
Yeah, I want to know what the difference is with the cameras. Because like I have that Canon XA11 and it does a good little job, and I see it on shows.
What kind of lens you got?
On the XA11, it just comes.
Oh, it's the camcorder.
Yep, it's just the camcorder. I have a T6 that I bought.
That'd be good.
I have what is it? 30 up to 85. Is it 35 to 85? The millimeter?
Something like that.
50.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 55. I can't remember.
Okay, little zoom
on it. I have an 85 millimeter prime lens that I have. I have a wide angle lens, which I think is super funny because. You know, that's another thing I don't think anyone knows about the outdoor industry. Like you see all these monsters and stuff. I'm like, oh, what if you see him in person?
Yeah.
You'll be disappointed.
Right.
And my buddies have always explained it to him, and I found this wide, because my mom was a professional photographer. She took pictures for sports, so I kind of had a head start.
How to make things look the way you want them to look.
And she had this wide angle lens, and I didn't discover it until like this year.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of one of my mounts on the wall, and I was like, Dad. And I go grab him.
Why does this look?
He's got this super wide, like 28-inch wide drop tine buck. I'm like, get it off the wall, go outside and hold it.
Yeah.
We took pictures of it. Oh, it added 30 inches on that.
Absolutely.
Dude. And I sent it to my boys. I said, this is why I've told you, don't ever believe. Because they don't know which one I'm talking about. And I'm like, don't ever believe these guys.
Yeah.
Like, these deer are the same deer that you can kill.
Yeah.
You know, like Missouri's a good state. If I think if more people were on the same page, we would 100% compete with Iowa.
Right.
I actually think that's statistically proven.
Right.
But I think we shoot more like 2.5-year-olds than like any of these.
You guys
states.
got the double buck tag, don't you?
Yes.
Is that maybe something that holds back the growth of these bucks because everyone's taking 2?
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Not the Kansans don't, but you know.
Yeah. That and. Like, just like I said, people. And I have absolutely my biggest deal. I don't care. You can shoot a 1.5-year-old.
Right.
You can shoot the spots off of one. I'm probably gonna judge you for spots off of one, but
spots is tough.
Yeah, but like
not that I've done it.
Yeah, but my deal is like just be what you're about. Like keep the same energy all the time. Me, I hunt horn. I really do, because to me, if I have a 3-year-old buck. And then a whole picking of does in front of me, why would I shoot that buck when I have all these does that are A, overpopulated, B, their meat's better? I will shoot a 2.5, 3.5-year-old doe 10 times before I'll shoot anything for meat.
Right.
Like, I will never understand why you shoot a buck for meat unless you're just kind of like, I'm going to shoot whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, right.
And, like, to me, it doesn't make any sense to shoot the 2.5-year-old buck when you got a 4-year-old doe.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And, like, out at our house, we counted, there was like 16 does all in our neighbor's yard. They put corn out there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's
Are they hunters?
No.
They're just watchers.
It's just old people.
Yeah.
It's nothing to pull in there and see 25 deer.
Sorry.
Yeah. And I mean, it helps me because I hunt just down the road.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
so they feel
these
good
deer
about
walk
it.
right too. They walk.
Yeah.
They think they're going to the corn. I'm like, I'm in the middle.
Yeah. That's actually a good spot.
Yeah. And, which, I mean, I don't really hunt because those deer, I feel bad.
Yeah.
We usually take 2 or 3 because A, we have to thin out the population. Because like I said, there was, 15, 16, 17 from last year's batch.
Right.
And I'm like, that's unhealthy. Because that's what no one understands. You know, all these people, oh, you're so murderous. You're killing animals. Yeah. Listen, pal, I've done more for these animals than you'll do in your lifetime.
People do not understand that.
They don't get it. And I once saw a video, I don't know where it was, It was definitely hyped up. It was a pond. They clearly colored it. It's light blue, and there was like 4 or 5 like 160-inch deer all on velvet. And these people like the comment on it was, "This is what deer would look like if hunters weren't around."
Well, it's completely incorrect.
Ew. I tell them, I said, "Okay, here's the deal. There's 20 of you. You're locked in a house.
Yeah.
You have 1 box of Cheerios.
Right.
Someone's starving.
Yeah.
Someone's starving and getting malnourished and getting sick and dying a slow death."
Right.
People don't get, here's the deal. If I go put this food plot in and I give you all the minerals that you can get, to me, that's a fair exchange for 2 of those deer. I'm taking
creating habitat.
I'm creating your habitat. I'm bringing you food in exchange for 2 or 3 of you. And what people don't understand is, like I said, you got 1 box of Cheerio and 20 people's. Someone's starving.
Right.
Someone's getting sick. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. That's not what it would look like. You wouldn't be able to drive to work without hitting 3 deer.
Oh yeah.
Like you look at
it's already tough enough.
Yeah, you look at like Pennsylvania. It's like it's dangerous to drive at night.
Dude, in fact, when I was guiding for these guys, I had a guy from Michigan, I believe it was, and I was driving 50 miles an hour. I didn't think I was very fast. Dude, this guy was up, holding on to the thing. He's like freaking out. And I saw his body. I was like, "Are you all right?" He goes, "Dude, we can never drive this fast at home because of the deer."
That's and that's
like, what?
That's what people don't get. And that's what, so my Instagram, not to get too off topic, but my Instagram, I have beef with Instagram really big.
I followed you today.
I hope they hear this because. Yeah, so Instagram.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. I used to get like 300-400 likes a post.
I see. Yep.
Then I posted a picture of it was a simple picture.
Yep.
It was a like small forkhorn that had gotten hit right before the rut, and I post it every year. Now I post it out of just vengeance and being a butthole. Right. But I post it and I said PSA to like hunters and non-hunters. This is the rut. Deer are going to be more active. Keep your eyes open. To me, that's there's an insurance company. That's an insurance company out there that's probably thanking me.
Yeah.
They're probably like, insurance companies will tell you it's the rut. Be careful. They're going to move more. Instagram, fast. That was when my hunting page was small. I would get like probably 30 to 40 likes on it. That thing exploded, and I was up to like 400 likes on it.
Nice.
Because everybody was like posting on their story and everything. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I get on there and it's gone.
Oh.
And I'm like, what?
They just took it off?
And they bang it. So I sent this real nasty gram to Insta. And ever since then, I can't even get over 100 likes.
That's such crap.
I mean, literally. It's like they blackballed me on the next picture from then on. The only way I can get over 200 likes if I put my girlfriend in it, and that's just because she's a smoke show.
Yeah.
I get that, and I'm that, or everybody's that surprised. Like I have a girlfriend that's pretty, not pretty, but
right.
But Instagram, they blackballed me on that hard.
I mean, that's a real issue for hunters and conservations and stuff.
I hear YouTube is really bad about it.
YouTube's and not only that, like just like this past 2 weeks, YouTube announced like if you make a video that goes against the WHO's COVID comments, World Health Organization, they take it down, which is kind of like that's getting into some First Amendment type stuff. Like, and where are we at?
Like California putting sand in the skate parks. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, what is going on?
I think we need to approach this COVID nice, but like, don't be messing with my human rights. Like
it's impinging on some parts of it for sure.
And to me, that's a war that the government does not want.
Well, and it's crazy how many people don't that side with the government. They're like, no, they're taking care of us.
Sheep.
And it's like
sheep, man.
Part of me is like, yeah, COVID's bad. I get it. And then part of me is like, whoa, wait. If you take a step back, this is like 1984, right? You guys are like baying at the government, and they're just like, no, we got it. We're taking over. We take care of you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too wild some days. I'm like, I gotta unplug.
Stop. Yeah, like that's. See, and that's where like I'm not that I think it'd get to this point, but like that's why like my family, like if all hell broke loose and like anarchy hit, we can all hunt. We can
This area is good.
Yeah, we can farm. We can take care of ourselves. We can all build. Like I'm not worried about it.
No.
But in reality, at the same time, I'm like, man, y'all can't just think for yourself a little bit. Like,
right.
Like don't get me wrong. Do I think we should have put some stipulations for COVID? Sure. But at the same time, I'm also like, like our bodies were made to acclimate to this stuff.
Right.
Like we are going to, our bodies will create something that's going to fight this.
Right.
But our problem's going to be like when we're not exposed to it. And then we don't have anything to build up to it. So that's when you're going to see who was it. One of the big countries. They didn't.
Switzerland, I think it was.
Which one? They didn't put an order.
Switzerland or Finland. They just like.
They were like, nope, let it peak, and we'll acclimate. I guarantee when a second thing comes around for this, they'll have just minuscule deaths.
Right.
Because everyone's going to have that in their system. Where America's going to be like, oh, we don't have anything to defend COVID in our system.
That, and then it's like the epicenters, New York, when everyone's on top of each other. So this is weird. New York, huge population or whatever, a lot of deaths up there. Japan, nothing, not like a fraction. So what's going on there? Some of these statistics don't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, I think there's a whole bunch of skewed stuff we probably don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be real. They just announced there's UFOs, and no one's like, we're like, dude, cool.
Anyone that's like, China is truthful, I mean, it's like, no, stop.
Like, if you have 2 kids, they throw the second one out off a cliff.
Yeah,
they're terrible people.
Come on, or the Nobel Prize for peace and everything. They put them in prison. You know, it's like, okay, come on.
Yeah, no, I remember when this first started. I looking into it, like all these journalists and stuff that reported about it are dead or in jail.
Yeah,
over there. I'm like,
there's so much weird shit like that.
And see, that's where it gets me mad. It's when people complain. Like, don't get me wrong. Does America have things to fix? Yes.
No. We're good, bro.
Everything's gonna always have an upgrade.
Yeah.
If you're that's disrespectful and you're stalling out on anything if it's not ever progressing. But when people talk about how bad this place is, I'm like, no.
Have you been anywhere else?
I'm like, go.
Yeah.
My mission trip to Honduras, I don't think they use trash cans there. It's terrible. I feel
see how small that is? Just one, like, who would think that?
Like the kids would just
you don't see those trash cans, those public trash cans?
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Like,
keep things clean.
Like kids, we'd buy them like candy or something because I was like, they'd schmooze us into that. That was super easy. And they would like throw the wrappers on the ground. I'm like, pick it up. And they're like, and like our people we were with were like, no.
They don't do that.
It's pointless. It's like, it's so bad. Dogs running everywhere.
Right.
And it's just like, you don't know bad.
Yeah.
You people don't know bad. You don't know bad until, you're a woman and can't show your ankles or your face. Or, you have a second kid and China says, nope. We have to kill it. That's ours. Yeah, and God knows what they do to it. And I'm like, ooh, that's...
Yeah, people don't know. Eric Onyangu was on. He's from Kenya. He moved here when he was 21 or 22. And he was kind of talking about that. He's like, you just don't know. He's talking about COVID and how America's pretty docile with the COVID thing. They're just like, stay home, keep to yourselves. In Kenya, people were whacking each other with bayonets.
Believe it.
Yeah, they were like, get back inside. Like police people were beating up. And I know that's happened here and there in America. But he was like, we have it really good here. Like, the system works pretty well.
Really well. That's why I'm like, you just don't know what you have until you go other places.
Yeah. And how many people have been to a third world country like
not
that?
A ton.
Or even a second world country?
Yeah, like you just...
Not a ton. I haven't.
You just don't, like, until you're there, like, you can look at pictures and watch videos, but until you're like walking around and just like seeing all this, you're just like, what?
Yeah. Well, that goes back to the depression thing of like, you're on your iPhone 12 Max Pro.
Yeah.
And your MacBook Pro is here and your latte and you're like, America sucks and I want to kill myself. And it's like, dude, what? You literally have everything.
You don't know.
Your fridge is full. You have the greatest technology in the world at your fingertips. You can watch endless hours of whatever you have. You live in a paradise. Compared to
a literal paradise.
Yeah.
Like, I still think we're the best country on earth. I really do. And I think, like I said, I think there's things, but I think we need to get away from like, nothing bothers me more like race, police, all that. Like, why do we have to say like this black person or this white person or this police officer? Why do we have to specify them into a group? And why can't we just put them bad people?
Yeah.
They're bad people. I don't care if they're white, black, police officer, chef, Chinese. I could care less. They're a bad person.
Right.
Like, it has nothing to do with their skin color. They're just bad people. And instead of micro-organizing them into these white, black police officer, all this, I'm like, no, they're just a bad person.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the thing is we'll never get rid of bad people.
Right.
That's just a thing where some people have bad days, make terrible decisions. Some people are just genetically wired to eventually flip out.
Right.
And it's like, instead of stereotyping everyone and doing all this, I'm like, dude, no, that's just a bad person.
Right. I totally agree with that. Like, well, black people always do this. I just think that just sounds like people.
Right? It's a person. It's like, a bad person.
Or white, white people, they always do this. Like, No, that's just people.
Yeah.
Or girls always do this.
Yeah.
The girls do always do that. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's always like they focus in on the wrong part of that. Like, that's actually a human problem. Not the
has
gender specific or race specific or whatever.
I might be a little
cultural specific.
Yeah, I might be a little more biased towards police officers because I come from a law enforcement family.
But we need that kind of stuff because not all of us, like I was actually telling this on the last podcast, like before jiu-jitsu, you could have just probably called me anti-cop. But that's because I didn't have any connection with them. The only connection I had was roll the window down.
Yep.
And then I roll with a couple of them. I'm like, you guys are cool. And then I talk to a couple of them, like
They're
people
humans.
like your dad. And I'm like, man, you guys have a rough job. You're mostly
terrible.
pretty cool. You're just kind of doing your thing.
Yeah.
And you want to do this. And I don't want to do that. So thankfully you are doing that. And I get to stay here,
Exactly.
So.
And my deal is like, some of the things that happen, don't get me wrong. This is where my dad, I think, is phenomenal at this. When big things happen, like I won't ever have an opinion on it until I sit down and watch it. And I'll give it a week or two to get the dash cam because I know how the dash cams work. Dash cams don't lie.
Right.
And so my dad and I will look at stuff and I'll be like, good shoot. Or I'll be like, bad shoot. What was one like North Carolina where the old boy was running away, not a threat, and a police officer pulled up and smoked him like 6 times. Bad shoot, dude. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Now the dude that was coming after him, because at the end of the day, do I want my dad coming home or do I want some piece of crap going home because my dad, is too scared to pull the trigger?
Right.
10 times out of 10, my dad, any police officer,
Absolutely.
I want them coming home because it's like, okay.
Right.
Now, with that being said, there are stupid cops out there, but that's
Stupid people.
Yeah,
that just
it's
happen to be
person.
cops.
Yeah, it's a 1 to, I don't even know if I'd say 2% of the
Probably very low.
super low. That they make ridiculously dumb things happen, and it's like you're never gonna get rid of that, and that's like I said, that's just humans. It's humans in general.
It would just pick a profession like doctors. There's some dumb doctors
Super
out there,
dumb.
or very aggressive, egotistical doctors, or
lazy.
How
many
doctors?
doctors? I mean, if you really want to get down to it, look at doctors' handwriting. I mean, that was a stat.
Right.
That's killed a ton of people.
It hasn't really.
Yes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
it's killed a ton of people because
prescription and whatnot.
improper stuff. And it's like, okay, go arrest them.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. This is one of those things you'll never fix it.
It's the media, dude.
Oh,
the media. I saw a meme the other day that said the media is the virus, and I was like, holy
100%.
shit.
Okay, so like, and obviously, like I said, I get along with everybody, but with like Trump.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh no.
Now we're gonna get everybody all riled up. I think from a business, economical, kind of like a systematic point, I like him. I like that he gets things done. I think that from that point of view, I agree with him. Do I think the guy needs a Twitter? No. God, no.
Yeah.
But I also think, first off, don't ever call the man stupid. He's clearly not stupid.
Right.
I really think he says so much crap on Twitter to get the left side riled up, and then does so much in the back door while they're so worried about his tweet.
It seems like it, dude.
And then he's doing stuff in the back door and they don't even know it.
I heard someone call it the Kung Flu. What?
Yeah. But
here's your one chance to ask a question.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think he gets them so freaking worked up. He'll do statutory stuff behind their back. And now they're pinned against each other, Yeah. And now they got sleepy Joe Biden or whatever,
God.
He's representing them. I think it's a ploy to get I think he's not going to get not going to get deemed healthy.
There's no way.
No way he's going to get deemed healthy. Hillary will step in. I still think Trump beats Hillary.
What about Bernie?
Bernie dropped
Bernie
out.
could come back.
Can he come back?
I don't know.
I thought he dropped
if
out.
If Biden goes away, Bernie comes back.
I've
heard like 4 or 5 scenarios.
To me, Bernie and Hillary are probably the only ones that I can see.
That would be a.
But see, I was a big Ben Carson guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think Ben Carson was probably too soft.
Yeah.
That's a hard-nosed job. I think your best bet would have Trump as your president or potentially vice president, but I think his vice president's got to be someone.
Trump ain't gonna be vice president.
Yeah, well, I think it's got to be someone that can mellow him out and be like,
Shh, right,
shut up.
Yeah.
Like China. He's like, yeah, the China flu.
It came from China.
Yeah, and now he just says,
great,
he just says, he says it to just make people mad.
Well, he's getting. I mean, it's got to be annoying. It's not like he's not trying.
No,
like, I got a crisis on my hand. Yeah, you think I'm trying to do? And what pisses me off lately is people blame him, like, oh, he didn't act quick enough, or he didn't do all that stuff. It's like, if you rewind that a little bit, like the WHO was completely
They're sketchy.
Sketchy
So
in China's
sketchy.
pocket.
Ooh, they're sketchy.
China's got them on payroll or something.
Oh,
like
big time.
Something's
Big
not right.
time. Yeah.
And then on top of that, I was talking to my friend Trevor the other day. I don't know. Have you noticed how much China has been affecting the entertainment industry? Mm-mm. First, it started with the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said,
yeah.
So they did that, right? So then what's happening is, and you'll notice this, there's a lot of these Asian films showing up on Netflix and whatnot because they're hitting those markets. Because those markets are huge, billions and billions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
But what you'll see is that the bad guys in the movies are no longer Chinese. They're no longer Russian. You know, they keep twisting this because China's like, if you make us a bad guy in your movie, it's not going to come to our $1 trillion box office. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no way. And I think
Which is not good.
I think it's funny if you noticed how many virus movies they have right now.
It's hot, baby.
Oh, I'm like, y'all are slick.
They
I
do
like
that
that
kind of crap, dude.
But yeah, no, I think, like I said, it's stupid. I mean, he did propose to close borders. I mean,
well, he closed he closed the Chinese Chinese travel or Asian travel, and everyone's like, that's racist, and it's like, well, that's where it's coming from.
Time out, yeah. And
it's crazy. Dude.
Like I said, going to a third world country. So actually, it's super, super, super surprising. They like him down in Honduras.
Oh, really?
Because I asked them.
Yeah.
And I want to know, and they're like, we like him, but the problem is because this is when that big that group was going up to the border.
Oh, okay. The migrants.
Yes,
whatever, yeah.
and it's so funny because obviously I don't have a stage enough to make this, but they straight told me, they're like, he's right. They said every person that going up there is our gangs. They said this is the safest they have felt because their gangs are no longer in Honduras. They're all going up to. So Trump is right.
Huh.
But the media wants to sit there and twist it. And I'm like, I'm down here with these people hearing it firsthand from these people.
Right.
And they're talking about how like all the gangs and stuff are trying to go up there to start peddling. And that they're kind of hiding under this family aura.
Right.
And that's what Trump was saying the whole time. We're not letting this group in. And they were like, he's 100% right. 100% right. They're like, it just looks bad on us down here.
Right.
But I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, that's just so funny that we don't know the details.
No.
Now I'm finally down here, how 5,000 miles from my home or something, whatever. And I'm getting it firsthand from the civilians down there. And they're like, yeah, man, those are the bad people.
Yeah.
All the good people stayed because we have jobs. Those are all the bad people.
That's interesting.
And I was like, what?
It's at least a piece of the truth.
Yeah, but if I'm the only one that knows it, what's it matter?
Right. That's the thing is that the news or whatever you want to call it, the media, it's just so convoluted. You get every fucking direction. You can't follow it, and it's like if you go to the right, now you're conservative and you're a MAGA person or whatever. If you go to the left, you're this liberal Bernie guy. I mean, it's just everybody wants just a cookie cut answer, and it's like it can't be.
Anytime anyone's ever asked me, they're like, "What? I'm Theran."
Yeah,
I'm Theran, bro.
It's a good answer.
Like I said, I like.
How can you say that? How can you be like, I'm conservative?
That's strictly.
I'm liberal.
Strictly, you're not. You don't agree with everything they say.
No, of course not.
I don't agree with my best friend Ryan, and I don't agree together. Right. We're like brothers, and there's things we'll change things. You
can't even agree with yourself.
Right?
Not you, but me too. You know what I mean?
I'll sit there and argue. Like you question everything you do, let alone someone else. So it's like that's why I always tell. I'm Theran. Like I'm not right. I'm not left. I'd say probably predominantly I'd lean towards the right.
Yeah, you could lean one way or the other.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm also like there are some things where I'm like, okay, I guess do what you want, but keep it out of my face. As long as you're respectful, I really don't care.
It seems like what most people say,
Yeah.
Left or right.
Yeah, I'm just like keep it, don't interfere me. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, let's not be stupid.
Right.
Let's not be someone that's gonna be worthless to something or affect other people. I'm just like, dude.
Most of the time you have to take your own pulse. It's like, can you do these drugs and go to work and be a citizen or whatever? Good for you. I can't.
Yep.
I can't drink. I gotta stay away or whatever. Whatever it is. You gotta be real with yourself and not be like, I can't drink, so you can't drink and you can't drink. That's where it gets
we rely on taking care of ourselves, but we can't take care of, there's not enough people that can say no, that can be like, I can't drink, I can't do it. Like when I go into fight camp, I'm not going to drink. Actually, from last Thanksgiving to this Thanksgiving, I was sober. And
just for health reasons.
Yeah. I had noticed I went like a month without drinking, and I was like, oh, I bet I could do that again. One more month. I was like, I might as well go to 3.
Right.
And then I was like, I might as well go to 6. And I was like, I might as well go to 12.
Might as well do a year.
I might as well do a year, and I did it just because. Like there was I love whiskey, and soda, man. Like I could drink that for dinner every night, but I know I don't need to, so I don't.
Right.
And so I was completely sober. Like I've had drinks since then. I'm not by no means like an alcoholic or anything.
Sure.
Like it's just if it's there, I'll drink it occasionally.
Totally.
But at the same time, I can cut myself off.
Right.
I can be like,
that's
nope.
good.
Like the second I sign a contract to fight, I won't touch alcohol. And this is, most people, I mean, but then again, go back, mixed martial arts, you're disciplined.
You have to be.
You have to be disciplined.
Because the outcome is so.
Yeah, you don't play fighting. You don't play fighting. That's what,
you want to have some whiskey or do you want to get your head kicked off?
Right. I went, I got to talk to Arkansas State baseball. I was down there about mentality. That's where my best friend played. And I was talking about mentality. And I was like, here's the deal. Like when I'm looking at you, like, we were in their big facility, and I was like, if I want to make it to that wall and there's 3 people between me and that wall, it's not personal, but I have to make it to that wall. So whatever I have to do to get through you, I'm gonna do it to get through you. And I was like, it's that mentality, because I said, y'all go lose a game, you probably get chewed out in the locker room, you go to bed, you wake up and go to practice. I said, I lose in a fight, I might wake up in a hospital.
Yeah.
I might wake up with a broken jaw, a broken arm.
You might wake up a different person.
Yeah, I said, I don't play fighting. Y'all play baseball. I don't play fighting at all. I mean, that's
Dude,
real.
it's another level.
Yeah.
Every other sport, I mean, hocy's kind of there,
God,
it's pretty
crazy.
brutal.
Those guys are crazy.
But every other sport, you're just pretty much you're playing. It's a game.
It's a legitimate game.
And most of them are team sports, so you have like different positions or whatnot. Baseball, football, basketball. Fighting's one-on-one.
I can look over. I can look over sideline. Hey, coach, I need a breather.
Yep.
Fighting, I look over at my coach.
Maybe that's the next generation of fighting.
He says, hey.
That's WWE.
He says, there's 4.5 minutes left in this round. I'm like, oh, God.
4.5 minutes. Have you ever felt like that?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
30 seconds in.
Yeah. You get a guy like Tony Grant on you. Yeah. No. And you're like, oh, God, there's 3 minutes left.
Dude, a jits tournament. I did one jits tournament, low-level white belt no-gi thing, and I was like, freaking out, and then I rolled 3 or 4 times, totally completely exhausted. No punches, no kicks, no takedown. Well, some takedowns, but I can't imagine. But
you go to practice and roll how many rounds, and you feel good. You actually leave practice wanting to run. It's that elevation in your body, just like.
Well, people watching. I didn't like the people watching. If it would have just been me and the guy, I would have got a lot. I would have been better. Not. I wouldn't have been totally, because the mentality is just so much. The energy is so much higher. Because if he's going for an arm bar, like, he's not going to wait for me to pull out or something. He's going to go until I tap. Yeah. And if I don't tap when I should tap, yes,
it's out.
My arm's going to snap.
That was the biggest takeaway from my last fight that I had. Before that, I get butterflies, get pretty amped up.
How could you not?
Yeah, but the last fight, I remember Ryan and Brad. Those are my corners. Ryan's striking, Brad's ground game. And they're both pretty high strung on fight night.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm like chill. I'm just like I'm punching Miz. Like, I'm just walking around. Like, I am so relaxed. It's stupid. And Ryan and Brad on multiple occasions were like, breathe, calm, just breathe. And finally, about the 3rd time one of them did it, I said, you guys breathe. Yeah. I'm so calm right now. It's unreal. I didn't have butterflies. And the best way I explained it after a fight, I felt scary calm. Scary calm. Like, I was so calm. Like, it was so, like, I was as calm as if I were walking into a grocery store. I mean, that's why I told my parents. That's the only way I can explain it is scary calm. Like I was just made for this. Like, this was just another day in the office. You ever heard like the snipers be like, what do you feel when you shoot someone? They say the recoil.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. And I remember walking out. Usually I walk out.
That is scary.
I used to walk out to enter Sandman because my pawpaw, his nickname was a Sandman. So I walk out. That was a tribute for him to Sandman. Then I changed it to Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the song.
The Irish one?
Yes, I changed it to that. And I remember walking out. I'm just like, I'm so chill. I get in the cage. I'm not hyped up. Usually my hands go numb when the fight starts. And my face goes completely numb. And that's when like, growing up, that's how I knew I was ready to fight. Yeah. Well, I knew that's when I was ready to fight. Because I'm not someone that's going to talk.
Yeah.
If I'm talking, you're good. We're having fun. I'm playing with you.
Right.
If I'm done talking, we're fighting. I will never, ever understand why guys are like, hit me first. There's been guys that have said that, and I have punched them in the mouth before they got that sentence out of there.
Hit me.
you don't invite me. I'm already thinking about it.
Right.
I'm going to punch you. Like, if you just invited me, I'm hitting you.
Right.
And so I don't get that. But I always knew I was ready to fight growing up when my hands and face went numb.
That's crazy, dude.
And I didn't even feel that for this fight. I'm just chilling. Like I felt it a little bit. And I'm like, okay.
Were you so nervous were you so calm that you might, like, did you get nervous? Like,
no,
you should be nervous?
I think I was that confident.
Oh,
I was that confident.
Dang, dude.
I straight up told him, I was like, I'm gonna knock this guy out. I was like, this is like literally just sparring for me. Because like I said, I'm training with pros. All I was doing was five minutes. And I'm like, those boys beat the crap out of me.
Right.
This is cake.
Right.
And I remember going out there, they say ding ding, we touch. And I have a pretty good following.
Is there a video on it?
I don't know about that fight. I know I have a highlight video on YouTube.
Keep telling me a story and I'll see if I can find it.
It's Theran, the Midwest Maniac, Crouch highlights.
I forgot to start that.
And ding ding ding. And like I said, I had a really good following. I can sell tickets. And I think everyone knew me so well that they were the second one. That's the one the Newz did on me. My boy George Bilecki. That's my guy right there. But it was so quiet. I could hear people talking in the back of the venue.
Damn. When you walked out?
No, when the fight started. It was like everyone was waiting for me to do something cool.
Huh.
And then I start piecing them up. I took them down. And then Ryan and Brad came in and yelled at me at the top of their lungs about what am I doing? Because they're like, what are you doing? Knock them out.
They're looking for a knockout.
Well, I was so dominant on the feet. And I kept shooting in and taking them down. And we were going. And they were like, what are you doing? Just knock them out. There's a picture and I'm standing there and I'm like, and Brad and Ryan are both like yelling at me walking in the cage. And I'm like, they weren't like mad. They were just like, dude, like it's such a
game plan. It's
so lopsided. Like I was such a better striker at the time that they were like, why are you even wasting your time wrestling? Right. I wanted to show off that I could dominate people on the ground now.
Yeah.
But I think we touch hands, but I don't know. Is like I said, scary calm. Like that's
was a very interesting place to be.
Super interesting. Like
How did you get there?
Confidence, training. It was.
Do you think it came from the training, being with those guys?
100%. Because I'm like, there's a 0% chance any of these amateurs are as good as Tony Grant, Cliff Wright, Austin Clem.
And that's all you've been rolling.
That's all I had been rolling with was in big boys. You know, Jonathan Beckett, Tank. You know, he's 6-1 or 7-1 with like 2 or 3 belts. And I mean, that dude's a 125er and gives me everything I want on the ground. Like, I'm rolling with beast. TeeJay Britton when I can, you know, guys like that. And Ryan's constantly throwing me to the freaking wolves. I went down and trained with TeeJay Downtown Brown and Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell in Little Rock a while back. You want to talk about an eye opener?
How they show you some weak points?
I called my parents. They're like, "How was it?" I said, "There are levels to this game."
Dude, isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
When you realize that there's another floor to this whole place.
I know, and and that was the thing. Before then, I was on such a roll. I was smacking everyone that I was with. So I went down and I was like, I'm going to surprise these guys. I'm going to get some respect. Oh, no.
That's always how it happens. Pride cometh before falleth.
It was awesome. It was great. And
that's good that you took it like that.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between a lot of people. I could have either gotten offended or made an excuse, but I was like, dude, that was a blast.
Or mad, you know. You're like, no, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Like,
but
don't joint lock me.
Yeah, I had a bad day. I'm like, no. The only thing I regret from that is I ate like a bunch of biscuit and gravy before practice, and I thought TeeJay Brown was gonna knock it out on my stomach with his kicks.
Dude, quesadillas. I'll never eat one of those before rolling at jits.
Oh, never.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's a science. I'm figuring out when you can eat before practice.
Dude, it is. Especially we used to have like normal class and then advanced class. On advanced class, I would stop eating at noon. Like noon's when I stopped eating. I'd go in. Yeah,
varies big time.
Very light meal because I'm like, this could be coming up if I'm not careful.
If I was practicing at 7:30, I'd have to eat at 5:45, 6 at the latest.
At the latest, right? Because it's got to settle. Or
if not, I wasn't eating.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll go in.
Sometimes it's better not to eat.
Yeah, I'll go in
liquid.
I might be a little bit less energy, but I'm like, I'm not gonna puke.
Yeah,
at least I'm not gonna puke.
Absolutely, dude. Because if you're already getting smashed and punched, and then you're like, you know, getting ready to throw up. It's like, why?
That was on one of these fights. You can see on here. I remember I ate way too much.
Oh no,
way too much.
We'll turn this on. Oh shit.
Yeah, they're probably gonna bang.
Oh, there's
see,
that.
That's there. That's what I was talking about. You know, you just. And this is Calvin. This. That's the other difference. If I have anything to tell anybody getting into this game, be yourself.
That's the Joplin, isn't it?
That was at Joplin Memorial Hall, yeah. This is that fight where, like I said,
Hey, looking good, dude.
I was just chilling.
This is
my first fight right here.
Oh God.
That's that guy I told you. This is the tough kid.
Oh Jesus.
I'm telling you, this is what it was the whole third round.
Dude, he took a punch. Ooh, nice kick. I just scrapping there, dude. Nice. Oh my God.
No, this kid, I'm telling you.
Feel
oh,
good,
wait.
dude.
I mean, this kid's the toughest person I've ever fought. Like I said.
He is eating your fist like.
I'm landing punches, man. Love that. Ryan gave a little point. I'm pretty sure knees are illegal.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, as amateurs. But Ryan said knee him in the head, so I just kneed him in the head. And I was trying to be nice there, honestly.
Nice?
Yeah, because his nose was laid over, so I was trying not to punch it. And then he threw a punch at me. I said, man, I got you.
Ooh. Nice.
That old boy, man, he looked like he had a bench press set on his porch, and that's all he did. Ooh. See, right there, I was trying to be nice. I thought, dude, your nose is across your face.
Oh, look at that train. Man, what do you do in that freaking position? It's terrible.
Yeah, he was stupid. He was trying to hit me.
What round is this?
Third.
Look at this dude. What the heck?
Dude, I mean, unreal tough. Unreal tough. And that's the other thing, man. I see a lot of fighters.
Man, you look good there. Like swole.
Oh, that was my first fight. That was at 145, so I'm much more shredded.
Mm.
That was the best shape I'd ever been in right there. I woke up that day at an 8 and still weighed in a half pound under 155.
Sheesh. You talk about like taking pictures of the bucks. Like this angle is like you look big, dude. Nice. That's badass.
Yeah,
that's badass.
So I mean,
so how many? So that was like what? 3 fights? 3 or 4 fights there.
3 or
together?
4 put together there. Yeah.
And then how many have you had since?
Since Calvin, that last kid, none. That's when I went into the LFA, and that's when I got into the hospital, and that's when I spent all that time.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm still recovering, like I said. I'm trying to make sure my kidneys are good. I'm being real smart about it. I'm taking my time. I'm not being obsessive.
How do you
anymore.
do the kidney thing? Do you take medication for that, or like diet?
I don't know, dude.
Kidneys are tough.
Yeah, last week it felt terrible.
Huh.
But a month before that it felt great. I was doing 12, 15 rounds a day to where I couldn't get over 6 rounds a day. Then I go spar on Sunday, and we do 8 rounds of hard sparring, and I was fine. I could have done more.
Huh.
It's just super wishy-washy. But I'm just much smarter about my cuts now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
That's got to be so hard on your body.
And I'm not going back down to
that.
That 145 again. That's unless I'm getting paid big bucks.
Right.
And that's my job. I just can't do 145. I'm too big.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. But I'm just, like I said, I'm lucky with Ryan, dude. Ryan, he's so good for me. He's so real. He's just, to me, it's just so funny because, I know he kind of elaborated, man, we'll walk in, we got gold chains on, which that's not me. That's not me at all. Right. It really isn't. I usually wear boots every day. Yeah. Like up until 2 years ago, I wore boots and a cutoff every single day.
I believe it.
And like that was me. I was just what you see is what you get.
Right.
And then I kind of got in with Ryan. We started dressing a little nicer. And like now my girl now, like she's really up my like I'm wearing Vans right now. Like you would have never told me. I got a jean jacket, black jeans. Yeah, I'm like, but when we go places, man, I just fit that bill to make people mad. We got them gold chains on, and like I've told if you don't like it, come take it off. It's simple as that. Like I'm not gonna tell you no to fight. Right. I'm probably not gonna fight you right there. Right. But you know how many gyms I know that will let us fight? Yeah. Like you really want to. Like I'm a fighter, but like I'm smart about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not trying to get either of us thrown in jail. I'm not trying to be stupid in public. Right. But if you genuinely don't like me, just tell me. I don't care. Right. I'm not here to be your friend. Right. I got enough friends. I don't need any more. And so it's like Ryan and I, we just fit so together. And Cash, he does that. And my buddy Tay, he's getting into it. Like we got this like gypsy lifestyle going on, bouncing around. That's what I think is so funny. And all these big coaches don't like Ryan. Yeah, and that's what he's talking about. I think it's hilarious because for a long time, Ryan and I would just kind of gypsy style bounce gym to gym and go train people. Ryan would trade like striking lessons for the night for me to go in and fight their people. So it kind of washed out. Right. And we were both helping each other. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And I just remember, like, I'm not like so many people I just didn't make friends with because I come in there and like get smacked or smack them. Yeah. And it's like they take such offense to it, and I'm like, dude,
I mean, I don't understand.
I don't ever.
Isn't this a fighting gym?
Right? Is like you drove here knowing that, right?
Right.
And
isn't that what you want to get better at? Like,
yeah. And so that's what Ryan and I, we've got, you either like us or you hate us.
Yeah.
And we could care less either way, because the matter of the fact is, there are not very many people around here that sell more tickets than me.
Yeah.
I make a lot of money for promotions. Promoters know this.
Part of it.
Yeah. And so like I said, whether you want to see me come get punched in the face, or you want to see me punch someone in the face, you're still paying for my fights.
Yeah, right.
So I could care less.
Right.
You know, and I'm in that gold chain, that persona. Like I said, it's not me.
You got a picture of this gold chain?
I'm sure we do on Facebook and stuff, or Instagram. If you go to like any of that, like Ryan and I were just, I mean, there's no.
You just wear it for fight days?
Oh yeah, pretty much. Weigh-ins. I'll sneak into weigh-ins and things like
I'll
that.
never be able to log in there. But you just do it for the persona?
Oh, 100%.
I'm not logged into either one.
Yeah, no, I'll just like do it just because people, you know.
Oh, forget. I'll have to. I'm not logged in. Damn it. Oh well.
People will. I don't know.
It's just kind of like it's like a peacocking thing, kind of like so you're just strutting, you know.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Not even. I just know it makes people mad.
Oh shit. Oh, this is that. Oh, you give him a little talk?
The site manager for Joplin's Boys and Girls Club.
Hey, make sure
Oh,
they're
that's
not
your
fighting.
job.
This isn't fisticuffs. The Boys and Girls Club.
Followed by coaching his 14U baseball team. Then when that wraps up,
once nighttime hits, man, then I'm there to punch people in the face. So help kids by day, punch people in the face by night.
as Crouch prepares for his third career mixed martial arts
right.
fight, the Joplin native recognizes the similar challenges between his days and nights.
As odd as it is, you know, those kids aren't too far off from fighting in a sense of, I get in a cage, I got 9 minutes to figure this guy out. Well, same thing when I get called to a kid. All right, I got X amount of minutes to figure this kid out before I've lost their attention and their respect, and neither of them are easy. Honestly, I'd probably say punching someone in the face is a lot easier than dealing with an angry kid.
Look at that.
Crouch's passion for
I didn't
fighting
tell
was
them to go.
already in his blood. His late grandfather, Donnie Montgomery, boxed in southwest Missouri during the 1950s to early 1960s.
one in the middle,
As
not the
Golden
black guy.
Glove champion and coach, he was a part of many
Very
victories in
decorated as
Joplin's
coach, too.
Memorial Hall, where Crouch got his first experience
Coach
in
baseball.
the octagon.
Me?
It sucks now that
Or
he's
your
passed away
grandpa?
that
My grandpa
we
coached
can't
boxing.
share that together. Obviously, I know he's watching
him.
from the best seats in the house. That
We took that
building,
before he
to
fought.
me, is
I think I
extremely
was 18.
sentimental
I'll say you don't have
for
any
the
facial
fact
hair there.
that building has now
cool.
watched my grandpa and watched myself get wins in it.
Now when Crouch walks out, his nickname, the Midwest Maniac, is a byproduct of an outdoors company he founded, deriving from his roots.
This is where my home is. This is ground zero. So that's where the Midwest came in. I looked up the definition of maniac being, you know, someone obsessive. Well, I'm obsessive with hunting and fishing.
And he now brings that maniac mentality inside the cage.
As soon as that cage door closes, the only thought in my head is one of us is walking out.
In Joplin, George Bilekji, Action 12 Sports.
That was good, dude.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy George. That's my dude
That
right
was
there.
legit.
He helped me grow a ton.
Yeah.
For, you know, marketing wise, he's up in Wisconsin now, like covering big. He's doing great. He actually wore one of my shirts like in a video the other day. Yeah. He's like family to us now, but like he's covering like Green Bay Packers games and everything. Yeah, he's doing great.
Oh, it's a really good video. Like you're lit really well. The sound's good. I mean,
yeah, George is a total
done.
dude. Yeah,
can't ever tell with the news. Like sometimes hit or miss. You know? But that was good.
Yeah, no, I love George, but like I said, I've had that same mentality since day one. One of us is walking out. Like I said, it's never personal.
Yeah.
That's why the gold chain. I know I wear it because it makes people mad.
Right.
And I'm like, if I can make you mad, like good.
With wearing something.
Yeah, fight emotionally, please, because that's when I want to do my best.
That you can just know that they're not ready, that they're not mentally prepared. If a gold chain or a shirt or a look is going to upset them, it's like you're not anywhere near where you should be.
No, nowhere. And that's I don't get it. I don't ever get. I always shake my opponent's hand, tell him good luck. I pray for him.
It's also a business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, like, man, you know, like we're here to fight, right? You know, like you knew what you're getting into. I know what I'm getting into.
Right.
Like I said, it's nothing, no harm, no foul.
Right.
But my last opponent, I beat him at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Solely, because he's an out-of-town fighter.
Right.
He came into Springfield. Obviously, I had a lot of people there when I went up to weigh in. It's funny because the first like four fights that weighed in before me, no one took their shirt off. Yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of like first-timers or maybe like 2 fights under their belt.
Significant weight, right? A shirt?
Oh, no, they weighed in, but like when they're face-offs and their pictures. Like they were all wearing their shirts.
Yeah.
And this girl beside me that's fighting, she was like, are we like, and she's like in a bikini, and she's like, are we not allowed to like take our shirts off or something? And I'm like, I don't know. Right. And then they're like, Theran Crouch, and I hear somebody's like, oh, show them how it's done, Crouch, you know. So I get up there, gold chain, I rip my shirt off, I'm like flexing for everyone. I'm like, hey, like this is how you do it.
Right.
He gets up there, it's dead silent. And then when we face off, and this is everything I figured out after when we talked.
Right.
And he was like, dude, he said, I've never felt that kind of energy on a face off.
Huh.
He said, I said, that's when things got tough for me.
Wow.
Because he said, the confidence you gave off. It's that alpha feel. I tell you, no matter what, you're always going to think who's the alpha in the room. And so I gave off that vibe that I'm the alpha. When I stepped up there, I let him know, like, hey, we're standing where I want to stand.
Right.
I'm not coming to you. I'm going to get up. If I want to get up in your grill, I'll get up in your grill.
Right.
I'll never understand guys that face off this far away.
Right.
I've always been the one to step on my line. There's been guys that have faced off with me and they're not far.
You got a line? Like they put like
they
a tape
usually,
or something?
yeah, so you're the photographer, the tripod, so you know
right.
where to stand. There's been guys that stand behind that, and I'm like, no. Like, we're going to get in each other's grill.
Right.
Trust me. And
we're going to fight tomorrow.
Yeah. and Calvin was just straight up. He's like, dude, I've never felt that energy. He was like, that was something else. He's like, that was awesome, honestly.
Wow.
He was like, not good for me. He's like, but
yeah, right.
He was like, dude, you know, I'll be honest, you know, because like at that point, what's the point in hiding anything? We've already fought. Results already over.
Yep.
And like I said, he sat at my table with all my sponsors and my dad.
Yeah.
And they bought him like 6 drinks. Whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what fighting's about. I actually got his number. And I was like, hey, dude, we're going out tonight. If you're at the hotel and want to come on.
Right.
He ended up like losing his ID or forgot his ID or somewhere. So he couldn't come with us. But I said, I have no ill feelings towards anyone in this fight game. I don't have time. Obviously, I don't like myself enough. And that isn't a thing I didn't really put into the stipulation of the depression. I guess that was the one thing I really wanted to mention about, you know, I have a wonderful life. I do.
Right.
The people don't understand. I have a wonderful life. Just because I have a wonderful life doesn't mean, like, I don't hate my life. I hate myself. You know?
Right.
So that's, I guess I forgot. I just remembered that. But, like, that's all I really thought about. I don't hate my life. I hate myself. And so that's why I don't have time to hate anyone else.
Right.
Like, I do enough.
Spending so much energy on yourself.
Enough energy on myself that I don't have time to hate other people. I could care less. I'm very, like, do whatever. If you don't like me, you don't like me. If you like me, cool.
Right.
I have a very tight circle. But, you know, just back to the fighting, it's like, it's cool. Like, we can be friends.
What about, let's say, you fight this guy, you beat him, you become friends, but you have to fight him again. How would that work?
I'd fight him.
Yeah, I know you would. But, like, that to me, that sounds like, it'd be like, what if you and Ryan fought, you know? Like, how do you...
Well, first off, I'd knock him out.
Maybe Ryan's not a good example.
I'd knock him out in 10 seconds.
I believe it.
The more I think about it, we're at 5 seconds.
Like, how would you, you know, switch back and forth that mentality? I guess it's just
practice.
You got to be a fighter to do it, I guess.
So that actually kind of came up.
Really?
In a situation somewhat to that.
Yeah.
I accepted it immediately.
Right.
Second, it was offered to me. Because that was one I wanted to get back. It was not accepted on the other end.
It's like, it has to be like a switch, right? It's just like we're buddies. We can have a drink. We can talk.
Yeah.
We can go fishing together.
Oh, I've said it.
But if we're both going to say yes, then it's business.
Well, just like right? Cowboy and Gaethje, when they fought, they're really good friends. They text each other before it was even done. They're like, we're going to have to, dude.
Yeah.
It's just where we're at right now in the rankings. No hard feelings. They hugged. They stood up, hugged it out. Just somebody's got to win.
Yeah.
And here's the other deal, man. Especially now that there's, you know, I'm going pro. There's gonna be money involved. Let me tell you this. I'd fight my grandma for $100.
Yeah.
I'd knock her out.
I would pay $100 to watch that.
I'd knock her out. I'd get a fight bonus and I'll buy her like a steak or something after that.
What if she knocked you out?
Well, then she better get a fight bonus and buy me a steak. She's my grandma, you know. I wouldn't fight my grandma, but like
I hear you.
As I say, for money, when you put money on the line, I'll fight anyone.
It's a whole another game.
Oh, especially when you got family too.
Yeah,
I don't have that yet, but
it's your source of income.
Yep,
it's your source of livelihood. At that point.
At that point, it's my job. You wouldn't let someone get a promotion above you at work, right? You wouldn't want that to happen. So you try your best. Same difference.
Right. TeeJay was talking about when he's walking into the ring and he's thinking about all the sacrifices that he made, and he said one where he's like, I gave up time with my wife, I gave up time with my kids. I was like, dude, that one is potent.
Yeah, that's what I've always said. You haven't given up what I've given up. I moved away from my little brothers, who's my best friend.
Right.
I've missed how many of my little brother's games. I've missed not getting to hang out with my niece and nephew. Like at that point, that's if I do take anything personal, that's what it is. Like I had to prepare to fight you.
Yeah.
And you made me miss out on all this.
Exactly.
And it's like, and I straight up tell people like, your life isn't like that. What you're missing isn't better than what I'm missing. I promise.
Yeah.
Granted, that they probably say the same thing.
Yeah, but I'll
sit there and tell you like, what I'm missing is way more important than yours. You'll never convince me. It's just a biased thought.
Right.
But like that's where I'm like, that's disrespectful to me.
It's so powerful though. Like I'm not a fighter. I just use it for everyday things. Like, dude, I'm not. Look at all the things I've given up for the. I'm not giving up now.
No.
I'm not gonna let you win or me or whoever, you know. But I thought that was so potent when he said that.
That's the best way to think about it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't have a family yet, so
yeah,
I can only imagine how much true fuel.
Right.
That's running for you, you know.
For children, for a family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like I said, if I was telling the A-State baseball boys, I got to get to that wall, and there's 3 people. It's nothing personal, man, but I got to get to that wall, and it's nothing personal. I got to beat you. So.
Sounds like a fighting mentality.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it could be turned into anything, any day. You know, you're a car salesman. You got a guy that's going to be promoted in front of you.
Right.
It's not the personal dude. I got to sell more cars than you.
That's why I love fighters. I love hanging out with fighters. I love training with you guys because the mentality can be taken and placed on anywhere else in life. If it's your career, if it's your family, if it's yourself. But it starts with the technique of fighting or the art of fighting or martial arts, whatever you want to call it. But it expands into every area. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could probably do that with soccer and football and stuff. There's lessons there to be learned, but it's just so much more potent in fighting and martial arts. And I think it may be the death aspect or the attack aspect.
I think it's the fact that you don't, like I said, you don't play fighting.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. If you lose the baseball game, like, you can justify losing a baseball game 10 times easier than you can justify getting whooped.
Yeah.
So I think it just makes it more real. It's just much more serious, you know, like if I touch this fire, but it's, you know, if this stove is only 100 degrees and I touch it, whatever, probably not much. This one's 400 degrees though. Yeah. I'm going to remember this stove, and I'm going to learn a lot more from this stove than I am that one.
Right. And it's a measurement of yourself. In the baseball team, it's like, it's a measurement of us.
People.
Right?
Oh, he could have done this. He could have got a hit there that would have done this.
Maybe it was your fault. Maybe you struck out or whatever. But yeah, exactly. Well, Kyle could have caught the pitch over there or whatever, but in a fight, it's you. It's you lay your cars down, I lay my cars down, and
that's what my first fight when I went out. Remember, I walked out first, and I'm like, you know, his song starts playing, and DJ had just got to his corner, and I turned around, and I got down, and I said, "Dude, this is real." Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, calm down." I'm like, "Dude, no, like I'm really in his cage," and I will never, ever be able to explain it or mimic that feeling of the first time a cage door was locked. The only way I can explain it is this is what I think our ancestors felt when they were hunting and they looked across and there was a saber-toothed tiger. Because when that door locked, that's when I knew there is no leaving. There's no leaving.
Up until that point, any moment.
You get into a scuffle with a person at the bar or jaw, you can always walk away.
Sure.
That door locked and I was like,
oh shit.
Primal. That's what, because like I said, I ran across the ring. I had never done that. Kyle actually after was like, dude, where's that guy been during training? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Yeah. Dude, I freaking ran across that ring, threw a 2 to the body, and then a spinning back kick. I've never thrown a spinning back kick before that.
Oh, really?
I just threw it.
It was just up here?
It was just, I just threw it. I landed it, and then that's when you see me clinch him up against the fence and start going at it. Yeah, no, I'd never thrown one. It was just completely like... That's
badass.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just excited. And that's what I would say the most treasured thing I have is my dad said that sometimes I used to trick him into saying it when we talk about it, and he saw like how good it was to see me flip that switch. Like he loved the fact that I went from the happy-go-lucky guy to like, because you know they can't see me backstage, and then my music plays, so I can only imagine what he's feeling. Right. And then you see me basically take out to this cage because I don't walk to the cage. I borderline like run. I'm very, very fast paced, and so like for him to say like how proud he was to just see me flip a switch and like become a killer. He's like, that's probably the coolest dad moment that I've ever had. Like, I know, and I'm like, that's like my favorite story. You know?
Say it again, Dad.
Yeah, I know. But now he knows because I said it on an interview a long time ago. Right. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. You don't play fighting. It's serious.
Not at all.
And granted, like I said, I don't want to fight forever.
Right.
I don't. I'm a business-minded person. I'm 24 and have my hands in multiple businesses. Yeah. Like I get money, I get business, I get how to talk to people and everything. Right. I have other skills outside of fighting. I think that helps me a lot now. Absolutely. I have other skills outside of fighting, and I know that. Right. So that's where I think a lot of guys get caught and they get so worried. One-minded. Yeah. Well, I think they're scared. Oh. You know, like what am I going to do outside of fighting? Oh, right. I don't have anything. Like I love like Uriah Faber, Dominic Cruz, James Krause up at Glory. Those guys all have business outside of fighting. Right. So they know they're taken care of when they're done fighting.
Right. If something catastrophic were to happen.
Yeah, how many fight? I mean, look like Chuck, man. Chuck, I grew up on Chuck. I had a mohawk, the Iceman mohawk with the point growing up. And that dude had to go in and fight at, he's like 400 years old, and he went and fought again. Because I guarantee it was money.
Yeah.
Listen, no one likes to get in a fight that much.
No, but he's also Chuck Liddell, though.
True.
Like
I
he's
might be wrong.
He's like the fighter,
the Iceman.
You know, so if you're gonna go all the way, make sure you go all the way.
Yeah, but like I said,
then get a money manager and things like that.
it's not worth to me the brain damage. Like I said, my brain works well enough.
You want to have kids. You want to be able to play catch.
Well, that was my whole reasoning for pulling the plug. I said I'd rather play catch with my kid than blow this up on another 2 years of baseball.
Right, and just have a limp, you know. Like
yep,
you can shake hands, and that's about it.
My dad can't play catch with us anymore. I mean, I grew up playing catch with my dad, but my little brother doesn't get to play catch with my dad, and that stuff. No matter how many times my brother and I play catch, you can never mimic a dad and a son playing catch.
Right.
And it's like now my dad can't do that because he can't throw because of his shoulder.
Oh, right.
And so I'm like, that sucks.
It's good that you, being 24, can like project yourself there though, instead of being like, I'll play catch. I don't give a shit. Whenever I'm there, I'll play catch. And then you get there and you're like, this arm doesn't work, you know, or whatever.
I'm not
or my
stupid,
brain is damaged.
I've hung out with enough of those old guys that
That's good that you pick
that
up
I pick up. I'm like, I ain't gonna be like you.
Right.
Yeah, but
so when do you fight next? Do you know?
Don't have anything official. I want to fight August 8th at Buffalo Run in Miami.
That'd be boxing.
That'll be a pro boxing debut.
Nice.
But like I said, there's an amateur card up in Iowa.
Okay.
At the end of June or something that we're looking at maybe dabbling in.
It's all tentatively COVID type stuff,
if the Rona lets us, whatever. You know, or if we don't all die from that killer hornet, you know? I mean,
dude, what is that about?
I thought that was a Pokemon.
I
thought they were kidding.
Are they not kidding? I just scrolled past it. I was like, I can't do it.
I'm about to keep a sawed off like 410 and shoot them suckers out of there if they're the size of birds.
They're that big?
They said they're like three. Their wingspan's like 3 inches.
Where have they been this whole time?
Japan.
Why is it?
I don't know, but
they came from the Wuhan lab.
I'm gonna China hornets.
Japan.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I can't do it anymore. Like, I got to stay off social media. It's too much.
Yeah.
I got like 30 seconds. Like, what's going on? Nope, I'm out.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the plan right now. Just going to stay in shape, stay ready. Good. And I guess I'll start, meal prepping and getting a little more serious about my weight.
Right. You got that quarantine diet going
on. I've enjoyed myself over the break. But yeah, I'll be ready, definitely. Yeah. I prefer the August 8th one, I definitely want. Sure. If the June one happens, it happens. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be butthurt about it.
The Iowa one is MMA?
No, it's boxing.
Both boxing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amateur boxing. I think it's like amateur kickboxing Friday night, amateur boxing Saturday night, and pro boxing right after that.
Okay.
Kind of a weird setup to it. But we could cover several guys if we take them up there. Between like me, Cash, Derek,
and nice group.
Yeah, then we would bring the fight too.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, I think we'd surprise them boys because up there they like to wrestle.
Yeah, corn fed.
Yeah, and them boys like to wrestle. I'm like, hey, listen, I'll throw hands, man. Yeah. Like we can do that. And I'm sure there's tough kids up there. I mean, I'll go find out.
How much do you work on jiu-jitsu?
None anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Are you going to transition straight to boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For now, I might dabble back in. Like I said, my ground game went up extremely when I was in Springfield.
Okay.
So I don't know. I like I said. I just love punching people in the face.
Yeah,
I love
very
punching.
Good at it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm fast. What I lack in size, I'm just much faster than those guys at 154 in boxing.
Right.
I think I can even go down a little bit once we get a little bit more serious about training. I don't want to go under 148 again.
Right.
Unless I have like a team.
Right.
That can do that for me.
And a check.
Yeah, and a check. That's the big part.
Yeah. Might be worth it.
I will. Yeah. Money talks.
The suffering will be paid for.
So I don't know. I was following the Alliance page of the jiu-jitsu, all that, and I ended up leaving it because I was like, stop it. You're gonna get back into it.
You should just do it just for fun.
I was thinking about maybe next
cardio.
Open mat, things like that. Just hit up some open mats.
Yeah.
My brother was a wrestler. So we let my brother and I, we'll go to the gym and we'll go wrestle. Just me and him. But
sometimes we do, not every time, but sometimes we do combat jiu-jitsu.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
You smack them.
I mean, that's pretty fun.
I like smacking people, man. I figured, it's fun.
I just you want to do combat? They're like, okay, yeah. So that kind of opens up a little bit, different avenues. it shows you where you're weak. In
Yeah.
the jiu-jitsu, like that won't work.
I will say, I did start to like gi the more I got into it, but I definitely am a no gi guy.
Oh, same here, dude.
Nothing makes me more mad. Like there were guys that I'd smoke on no gi, and then we put that freaking gi on, and they'd be like choking me out with that lapel, and I'm like, or staying up or staying out of bad positions. I'm like, bro, if we're in no gi, you don't do that. Huh? You know, in my head, I'm like, I want you to know that, but I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm way more no gi than I am gi.
10 times.
It's just more natural, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And to me, being an MMA fighter, I was like, when am I ever going to wear a robe into a fight? Never. It wasn't realistic to me.
Right.
I think there's things you can take from it, but it's not realistic in a sense of things.
Right. The gi is almost better for real world stuff, like people 100%. Wearing clothes.
Well, that's what I've always taught. Like I have some girl employees that were like talking about it and everything. I've taught my girlfriend hey, like say a dude takes you down, you grab his jacket here, you grab his jacket here, you do
Cross
extra,
choke,
you can choke him out, you can do baseball chokes across.
Yep.
I was like, you can put a dude to sleep and
with normal clothes.
Yeah, and not even be strong.
Yeah,
you know,
just keep the right grips.
And I was like, and I told him like, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, listen, when I choke you out, what do you think? They're like, can't breathe. I'm like, no. I'm like, and like I put my, I'll cut their artery from my. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's what you're trying to do. I said, it has nothing to do with your windpipe.
Yeah.
Said,
it's the blood.
You're controlling your blood. Yeah. I'm like, see, like y'all don't even get it. Like
nobody does until you do it. And you're like, holy shit.
Which I think all girls should be trained in it because guys are pieces of crap. And I think all girls should be able to choke a dude out. So.
Well, I mean, and just the confidence level, just being a woman and knowing that you have a chance, you have these openings, these opportunities to stop this.
Yep.
The worst case is an attack or something, but just if someone's bothering you, it's like you could throw something on and be like, leave me alone.
You can break a wrist, you can shrimp out, you can kick a hip off, you can create maybe that smidgen of distance is all you need to get away. Like I said, that's why everyone needs to do it. Everyone needs to dabble in it.
I know, dude. I think so.
And if you need to dabble in it, hit up my guy Ryan Mosburg.
Yeah.
He'll teach you how to throw a punch.
I told him the other day, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna come down and take some lessons. He's like, dude, do it. I'm like,
yeah, dude, let me know if you want to go down there. I try to go down there once or twice a week.
Do you?
Yeah. So
what's about an hour and a half drive?
From here, probably a little longer, but from my house, it's like 40 minutes.
You just hop on the highway.
Hop on the highway and go straight down. It's like 2 turns for us.
And it's right there by Bentonville, and I swing by Onyx Coffee and all that shit,
there's
dude.
all that. Yeah. He's literally like. Actually, I think when you turn off of his road, you're still in Missouri technically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like as you go up into, I think that's when you cross the border.
Huh.
Because I know my house was like the first to turn on the right.
Okay.
Like in Arkansas.
Right.
So
the very edge.
Yeah. But yeah, just let me know. We'll go down there,
cool.
and then as far as hunting goes, we'll have to do something together. We can film that too,
awesome.
man.
Man, it's COVID fucked up hunting too. Like all the
Huge.
tags and stuff. So hopefully that settles down and before deer season.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to get Kansas tags this year just to.
Right.
Even though I don't want to pay for the out of state, I'm gonna have to get them. I thought about enrolling at Pitt State and trying to finesse the system and get student tags, but I don't think it would have worked.
Won't work now.
Yeah, no, it definitely won't work now. But
you could try. Dude, I can't believe how expensive they are out of state.
It's ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah, don't get me started on conservation. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all.
Right. Yeah.
I don't get along.
How much have you donated? Thousands. Thousands of dollars.
I don't even want to know. I'm scared to even look.
But compared to someone else that's like anti-hunting.
Oh.
Like what you bought, you've donated $10 to the local federation.
Yeah, because you felt bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a break.
Tags, bullets.
Yeah.
Camo.
Everything I buy goes towards it.
Yeah, I forget what that tax is called. Remember that?
I can't remember.
It's on everything. Outdoor thing.
Anything that relates to outdoors.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm like, don't even come at me like you guys know anything about outdoor world.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to go down there. Well, I'll have to go down there.
Just let me know
all the time.
Yeah, dude.
I'd love to meet Cash and all those guys.
Oh yeah. That's another good. That's another good one, dude. If you just need just a little bit of product or something to look around.
Yeah.
Just hit us up. I took I had to borrow a lens. I can't remember what I want to say. It might have been 24.
Yeah.
24 millimeter. I want to say it was prime. And I borrowed that. It was super nice.
So sharp.
And I made a little. And it's hard for me. I'm like like shaky because I'm practicing too. But I made a little like throw together video. But like I said, I'm behind the camera usually for those, so I kind of and they're not very good. Like I just kind of throw them together.
Right.
But you have to come do something like that. That'd be cool. Just a free little whatever for you. And, and just chilling.
I just want to know. You know what I mean? Like I just want to know because I'd love to like throw some punches and Ryan be like, "Oh shit, no," you know?
Yeah, he'll tell you.
This is. I've been watching Rocky, bro.
Right? Yeah. Don't base your stuff off of Rocky.
I don't.
I love Rocky. But
right.
No.
I get you. I'm just ready for COVID. I'm ready for this stuff to get over with because there's so much is built up. Like all these jiu-jitsu tournaments, all these fighting things that are going on. There was like a huge movie that was coming to Oklahoma I was supposed to work on. Like everything just got put on hold. And I'm like, I'm ready to get going.
Let's do it
again. Yeah, right?
Let's do it. We're all pints up, you know.
Oh, dude, that's why I'm like tanning hides, baking bread. It's like I got to do something.
Yeah, I'm finding random pieces of wood in the garage, making shoe shelves.
Exactly.
Like things we don't need, but I'm just like, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
we've made deer feeders. Like
that's probably good.
I've spent way too much money on just today I saw Deer 30s, a company that we do a lot of work with. And they put out like it's not a switchgrass, I don't think, but it's built to align your food plots.
Right, yeah.
So it grows 10 to 12 foot high, gives them that side coverage the deer love.
You put it on the edge.
Yep, put it on the edge of food plot because deer have no aerial predators except for us.
Right.
But most of them don't run into us enough to put that in the system. So like I'd been studying it a ton, so I wanted to put switchgrass around her. Well, they just came out with that, and I saw it and just immediately bought it.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the pH level, whether it fits our pH, our food plot, and I was just like, I texted my dad. I was like, we need it. I was like, let's put it in, and he goes like, okay. I said, well, all the information's at the house. Go ahead and order a bag. My card's already plugged in.
Right.
And so
business expense.
Yep.
Tax write-off.
Tax write-off.
Yep.
Boop.
There we go.
So yeah, nope. It's already on. It's shipped. It'll probably be on its way tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
I'm interested to see like how much of that stuff is happening right now, like with businesses and personal development and stuff. And so when things do start over, like how many people are going to be altered more than they would have been if they wouldn't have been locked in their house for 30, 60 days.
Yeah, right. And that's my idea. And then also on a side note, like if not that COVID was good or anything, but like if you didn't get things done around your house that you've been needing done,
right,
you have no one to blame but yourself.
And that's the lowest level. Like I could declutter this place. That's like if you just did that, good for you. But you could also build your business. You could also start a business. You could also, like the levels are so high.
Yeah, it's like you could this could have been as bad and as good. Like our shop at my parents' house, I cleaned all their whole shop, their lean-to. I shoveled probably 200 pounds of dirt out of their lean-to from the rain pushing into it and put it in a tractor bucket, moved it.
Right.
Cleaned the garage. They can finally fit their truck into it.
Yeah.
And not that it was like dirty. It was just they just had a lot of stuff, but it wasn't organized.
No time for it,
Yeah, and so I hit one of those ADHD modes, and I'm like, and just freaking not stop moving and for hours and fill it up. And secretly, they don't know that I clean the shop just to get all the hunting stuff out of the way, so I can hang more heavy bags and double in speed bags there. And
now they do.
Yeah,
they're like, nah, we appreciate.
Yeah, they probably we're almost 3 hours. They're probably not listening at that point. Right. They're tired of me. They listen to me talk all the time. They could probably care less.
They're like, good for you.
Yeah, they're like, why? So, but yeah,
it's good shit, dude.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me. Like I said, it felt good talking about letting people know, because like I said, that all that was pretty. Yeah. People didn't know. So
Ryan kind of mentioned it, and I was like, wow, that's a potent story.
Yeah.
Because like you said, not everybody deals with it in some form or fashion, but not everybody talks about it.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of people kind of deem me as not necessarily a strong person necessarily, but like just somebody that wouldn't guess it. So maybe there's someone out there that doesn't feel the normalcy, or maybe it'll make them feel a little bit of normalcy knowing that someone like me that functions pretty well has it. And it's like I said, I'm not just some tool on Twitter being like, I had a bad day, I'm depressed. Like, bro, I can't control this.
Yeah,
this is physically crippling. Like, you don't understand unless you have it. And I'm like, maybe there's people, because I know I've talked to people that are like afraid to say it because so many people say it.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke at all.
Right.
I can joke about it in certain aspects, but joking to say you have it, to me, is not funny.
Right.
I don't like jokes about people killing themselves.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's like occasionally if it fits the right standard, I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. Like, if I had to, like, if I got caught with him or something, I'd kill myself.
Right.
But
it's more of like a statement, right?
Yeah, it's but like to be like, I just want to kill myself. This is so stupid. I'm like, dude, come on. You don't. Trust me. Like, you don't get that. That's scary.
Yeah.
Just like people talking about, like, the people with, snipers in the army, like, I could kill someone. No, you couldn't.
Yeah, right.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
That's easy to say.
Yeah.
That's easy to say. That's I guess if that's any one takeaway, just be about what you say. That's my only deal with people.
Yeah.
If you say it, be about it.
Be real.
Keep that same energy or whatever, as Tyrone Woodley and Kamara Usman say.
Yeah.
I hate that. I think that's stupid. I can't stand either of them. I hope Jorge knocks them all out, but
he might.
Actually, I hope Conor knocks Jorge out.
I wish Conor would fight soon.
Just because I'm a Conor guy.
Huge Conor. Me too.
To the day I die.
You see it Notorious?
Oh yeah. 100 times. 100. I used to go run to that. The whole film, I'd go run an hour and 10 minutes or whatever. I'd just go run.
As soon as it's over, I'm like...
I would never be tired either.
Yeah.
Because I'm like hyped the whole time. It doesn't matter. I can quote that whole... I can watch a whole movie in my head.
Oh, so good, dude. It's so good. I can't believe how good it is.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't have written it better.
And to keep it in wraps like they did. Because you didn't know that was being produced.
No. Well, we didn't know what Connor was going to be. Anytime, any of those fights could have gone the other way.
I love
the way that it was just built up, and it's like,
that's that confidence. That's what I'm talking about. Connor's that scary calm. And it's because he's confident, because he knows. I'm confident. So I'm confident with Ryan in my corner. Like, I know that's my best bet.
Right.
So that's why I feel good about things.
Connor, I think it might be in the documentary, but he's like, I didn't always have it, but now I have it. I love that fucking line. I loved it. Because it shows him back when he was getting the welfare checks and stuff. And he's not Connor, you know. He's just kind of this...
little scrote bag trying to fight locally. That's all he is.
Exactly. But then to see him become Connor.
He saw it, you know. Whoa. He saw it the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Right.
That's where a lot of people lack. They don't see it.
Right. But it gives you courage as an individual. Be like, I'm just where he is back then, like this soft, nothing person. Chilling. But if I create this ideal, I could shoot for it. I could become it. I love that thing, dude.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Now I'm gonna go home and watch it tonight.
I think I will too. So you want to give a shout out to Midwest Maniac, Facebook, or
you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Midwest Maniac Outdoors. You can also find my other company, All Access Recruiting. That's a new one, so I'd love for people to I don't even think we have a post on there yet.
Yeah. That's for baseball and stuff, right?
That's for baseball. So just Midwest Maniac Outdoors, any of that. We have a YouTube channel. Need subscribers. Stay tuned. We're about to do a huge giveaway. We're working with our guys at Black Rain. I will also be doing another giveaway. I'm looking to Cerakote a shotgun and give it away for free. And we're going to raffle off a 1-of-1 Midwest Maniac Outdoors Black Rain pistol.
Nice.
So we got some super big stuff coming up, but the Rona kind of set us
you.
all back. So that's it for me. And Theran Crouch, Theran K did everything else, and I'm not hard to find, not hard to miss. That's for sure.
Go follow him. Go follow Midwest Maniacs. Go follow Ryan Mosburg. If you want to learn how to fight. Go roll with the guys, Cash and all those guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yeah, appreciate you having me, man.
Anytime, come back. Sweet. Especially as you get back in fight and stuff you want to promote or whatever. We can hop on, or after a fight or something, we can break down a fight.
Yep, we can do it.
Be cool.
Sweet.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for listening today. Episode number 55 with Theran Crouch. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
SciFi wins.